What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Cigar Avengers podcast.
Yo,
And
yo.
I'm your host, Cigar Head Fred. And listen, we want to welcome you guys to our show where smoke meets conversation and legends are made one puff at a time. I've been working on our logo. I mean, our little slogan shit when we get on.
I hear you, bro. I hear
Yes,
you,
Yeah,
bro.
sir.
I'm working on it.
I hear it.
I'm
I hear it.
trying to
That
work
shit was
on it.
classic.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yes,
listen, y'all,
sir.
listen, we're in for an awesome show. If you guys know, I'm sure everybody has purchased cigars from a special shop that we all know of. As you can see, so I ain't gonna say it because of YouTube, but y'all see the picture that's up there. But man, we're honored to have Mr. Dave West of Small Batch and Avowed Cigars on with us today.
Yes,
Mirror,
sir,
mirror,
Yes,
Mr.
mirror.
Dave.
We gotta
What's
get
up,
sir.
brother?
we gotta get the you
What's
know what we
up,
gotta get these
brother?
sound effects, y'all. We gotta get these sound effects real soon,
Yeah,
I thought you
real
had them
yeah,
over
soon.
there.
Oh man, guys, thank y'all for having me. This is awesome. I see you guys
yeah,
a
bro.
lot, but like being able to interact with you, man.
Yeah,
Fred over here, he's
yeah.
got the face for TV, but the voice for radio. It's great.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, man. You know, I'm gonna tell my wife that.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
He said, "I'm cool,
But
babe." Yeah.
so, guys,
Yeah.
catch me up. I don't understand the whole story of Cigar Avengers. I love the name, but like, how did you guys come together? How did y'all settle on that? Catch me up.
Well, tell a friend, or I can tell my side of the story. So
Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
eventually,
Yeah, you can. You can go
yeah.
ahead.
So I think in the beginning it was supposed to be Fred, Marvin, and Keelan from the Minute Cigar. So they were
Hmm.
the original group, but due to commitments, he needed other people to come on. So he invited the rest of us onto the show. Now
Yeah.
my intention was to get Keelan back in the game. So I had ulterior motives. So I was like, you know what? If we produce a podcast, we can get him back and he'll start doing reviews again. That was my idea, but that didn't
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah,
Let
Yeah,
and,
Fred tell
man.
the rest.
yeah. How it started off, man. It and of course he did hit the nail on the head. But like at first it was just so it was a. I'm not gonna name no names. You know, it's all water under the bridge. But you know, I was like, me and Keelan, we were already long overdue for a cigar review collaboration anyway. And I was just coming back in from, back into doing cigar reviews on YouTube. I took like a 2 year hiatus from doing reviews, and so I
Hmm.
was coming back in, and I was like, I, I think it'll be perfect. It'll be perfect to have me, just me and Keelan sit up and do a cigar review. We just call ourselves the Cigar Avengers because we had, of course, some, people said they were the most wanted duo. Some people said that they were the greatest tag team, the greatest. I was like, well, I want to be different. I want to be different. So we just gonna call ourselves the Cigar Avengers and go from there. And so it
Oh man.
turned into an idea of when I was like, I said, Keelan, what you think about if we had? It's not just me and you. We have more guys on. We turn into like a whole thing. He was like, bro, I dig it, bro. I dig it. Do it. So here we are.
That's
Here
so
we are.
Yes,
cool.
sir.
That's so cool.
In the building.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you guys associate with any particular Avenger? Because that's the only way this could possibly be cooler is like if one of you guys was Hulk and one of you guys was like Iron Man.
Well,
No, I
well,
didn't.
Nah.
a college nickname for me was Hulk. So
Ah,
there's there's reasons behind that, but we're not going to get into that.
No, don't, no.
it's got to be these shoulders, man. Like, how do you get through the doors? Huge.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
I just here's what I do. I turn sideways and just that's the best way I can do it, bro. That's the best way I can. That's the best way I can do it. Um, I don't know.
Now,
I don't
the
know. I
most
don't know. Have we
the
even?
most we had with the names is like the tiering system. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
had the names with the tiering system, but that just switched up. So
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah, you just brought something to our attention, Mr. Dave. We
Yeah.
need to look into that.
You really,
yeah.
yeah. You really did.
Yeah.
You really
Yeah.
did, bro. You really did. So,
For
I'm
sure.
not a huge like sports guy, but I'm a huge Marvel nerd. It's weird.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
now,
I like to tell people all the time, we all defend different universes. So
Mm,
yeah.
and
Facts.
yeah.
looky,
Oh, Marvel.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
my
What's
boy.
going
Hey,
on?
now
Speaking
it's
of
a problem.
brother.
Avengers
Yes, sir.
and Marvel,
My brothers,
Bro.
that
The
guy.
man with the plan.
how y'all
Hey,
doing, man?
Good,
pretty
big
Doing
bro.
good.
lovely,
Good,
Hey,
bro.
hey,
man.
hey.
Good to see you, man.
So
Speaking of
good.
Marvel, speaking of Marvel.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
That's
Yes,
right.
sir.
That's so cool.
Oh
Yes,
Man,
sir.
man,
All day long, baby.
Yeah.
hell
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
brother.
And still
Congratulations, brother.
kicking it with us regular guys after all that. That's
man,
Yeah.
look,
awesome.
man, we're all
Exactly.
guys, bro. You know I don't go for that shit, man. We're all guys. We're all regular as fuck, and this is the only thing that makes us better than
Mm.
most.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Exactly, bro.
this is what makes us better than most. We're all the
that is.
same, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
But
man, are you
I
guys smoking
appreciate
the
the
new one too?
congratulations, though. I do
Oh
appreciate
Yeah,
yeah.
that,
the
fellas. I appreciate your love.
1125.
No, I
11.
Yeah,
just got mine.
Marvin, you killed it. You killed it.
I can't do it. I can't. I just got mine in like literally like 2 hours ago. So I
I
said
killed what?
my
Oh,
1125s.
Oh man,
yeah.
this
So
thing.
Fred was saying he just got his in. I'm saying you killed it. Like just the job that you do and the roles that you're getting and the acclaim that's coming. It's awesome.
Thank
Yeah.
you,
I,
man.
Well
It's
deserved.
it's
uh,
it's 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 a it's a it's not me, man. It's just God. It's God's plan, brother. I mean that
Right.
wholeheartedly. It's not my plan. I could have never imagined this if you would have told me 10 years ago. You know um, that this is what I'd be doing. I would have just thought you were silly, man. But it's God's plan, brother. I'm just walking in it each day. Um, the steps ordered to me, man. Just
Hey,
carrying it out, man, and
hey.
and and, and execution, execution, execution. That's
That's it,
the
man.
name
Let's
of the
go.
game at this point. Just
Yeah.
execute, 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 and just have a humble heart, man, and walk it out, man.
Yeah.
Just walk it
Mm-hmm.
out. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the guest, bro. I'm a member here. The guest is Dave West.
Yeah,
What's
brother
Mm-hmm.
going on,
Dave.
Dave, brother?
Dude,
How you
I got
doing,
one
man?
question for you though before we move on from your incredible talents.
Okay.
So
Stop.
in my mind, because I'm not an actor, and like anytime I do a public speaking thing or an event or anything else, I get a little nervous. I gotta kind of like shake it off a little. But
Hmm.
since you're an actor, since words and body language are your mediums that you paint in,
Hmm.
do you have supreme confidence? Are you just like I don't know the right word, but like you can walk into a room and you own that room and you just do whatever you got to do, no nerves, no nothing, because you're in complete control and command of your words and your body.
Well, I have confidence, but you know what I also have is a lot of nervousness, and I don't deal in fear because we don't have a spirit of fear, but I do have nervousness and angst and a little
Mm,
anxiousness. But this is what I've somebody framed this for me a long time ago, and it was the best thing that I've been framed in regards to nerves and angst when you talk about a public display of anything, whether it's sports, whether it's speaking, a speaking engagement, whether it's acting, whether it's preaching, whether it's singing, anything, playing an instrument, anything. And it's what I tell my kids um, all the time is nerves and anxiousness when it comes to these types of things just means you care.
Ah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's real.
That's deep,
That's
dog.
real. That's
Yeah.
dope.
That's
So
deep.
so being nervous, being anxious before speaking in front of people or playing a game or singing a song or playing an instrument or acting on film or acting on stage, it just means that you care, man.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
You
if
want
you
to do a good
sit
job.
that exactly. So if you mix the confidence with the nerves, right? So you
Yep.
you you
Yeah.
you you
Yep.
you're aware that you care, but you also know that you got it,
Right.
You have
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Mm,
you'll be all
That's
right.
dope.
that's solid,
That's
man.
dope. That's
Hell
dope right
yeah.
there, brother.
Hell yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
dope as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Nervousness
And that
is
was
good,
free
Dave.
advice,
That just
guys.
means
That was crazy.
For real.
Yeah,
Free game.
that just means that you care, man.
for
And
sure.
Hey man,
caring is good.
every time Marvin on here, bro, he always drop gems that goes over a lot of people's heads. That I'm like,
Yeah.
y'all really like Marvin really be giving you the game for free 99 on this whole show. And really, and he listen, and he don't want no money for it. He just want.
No, I didn't say that. No.
That's
I'll drop the cash app in a minute. Don't worry. I'll put the cash app in the chat. I'm just talking.
Let's go,
Bitcoin coming
bro.
your way.
Yeah, brother. Hey, Dave, thank you for this, man. I'm on into my. I've only you sent it to me before I went to London, but I didn't get to partake. I just got back from London late last week, like Thursday. Was it Thursday or Friday?
Oh
And
man.
I've already had three. This is my third one. So
Yeah.
thank you,
Bro,
brother.
Yeah,
bro,
it's
this
our
is, I
pleasure,
think
man. Our
Man,
this
you
pleasure.
is
guys
my
are
third
killing
one
it,
too,
man.
brother.
For sure.
It's 11:25. Something special, bro. It's
Mhm.
Oh, all right, all right. God damn it. Shit.
Yeah,
bro,
it is
bro.
good. I mean, this is my
It,
first one, but
Fuck,
like it
man.
might be replacing the new Don for me. Like the new Don was like my top dog, but I don't know.
Yeah. Dude,
God
this
it
is
Too
damn
early
so
to
was.
it.
tell.
funny that you bring up these two together because I was telling somebody earlier today, the New Dawn for me, it was my first cigar of the day almost always, and a lot of times it's my last cigar of the day too. So I would start with a Robusto Grande, finish with a Toro. This
Okay.
cigar has replaced that morning New Dawn for me lately because it goes so well with coffee. It goes so well with
Hmm.
so many things, but that
Hmm.
salted butter, bready sensation that happens is it's killer in the morning. It's also killer in the evening, like with bourbon or anything else. It's such a versatile experience. I'm,
It's
I'm
like
glad
It's
you
a.
guys
almost
are
like
You
digging it
know
too.
what, Dave?
yeah.
I gotta tell you something, Dave. Every time I smoke the Awakening, it
Mm.
it, it, it gives me hope. Like if I had a box of Awakenings, I would only smoke them on the day that the Cowboys play because it's
Why would you
Yeah.
do that?
hey
Why would
hey
you do
Mo,
that,
wait,
bro?
let me
Because
tell
Why?
you
Why
why,
would you?
needs
man.
hope.
Don't do
Why would you
that. Don't
do?
He
do
needs the
Why
Let
would
hope.
you
me,
do
let me tell you why,
that,
man. Let me tell you why. Because an awakening is coming for my Cowboys. An
Mm.
awakening is coming. And guess what? All you other teams, I'm telling you, it's gonna be hell to pay.
You
It's gonna be hell
you
to
don't even believe that, bro.
all right, man. All right.
That's Bill's strategy too. He pulls it out for game night.
There you
That's
go.
his lucky
There you
cigar.
go.
see,
Yeah.
this probably gonna be my lucky cigar now. But if I smoke the 1125 and I like it, all right. See, I gotta go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
I gotta go back to the
I
drawing
don't.
board.
I don't even think
Yeah.
it's a matter of if, bro. It's one of those. It's definitely. It's like my third one, and yeah.
It's almost
Yeah,
like
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna have to get some more.
like
I
you left a
definitely gotta get some
Val and a new Don like in the same room together, and they just like they
Yeah.
came up with this.
They had
Yeah.
a baby.
Yeah,
A
they had a
Wait,
Bible.
baby.
wait.
Yeah.
So L Boogie, you mean to tell me you gonna have to take the new Don and the 1125 and smoke them together like
Sound like a
And,
shootout.
and, that, and that's how you
Yeah.
conceive it. And hey, that's how they conceive. Yes, sir. Yes,
that?
sir.
Yeah.
so
And you
And
know,
so Dave, I gotta ask you this, man. We're gonna kick off the show, and I want to ask you what what was your inspiration to get into cigars? Well, like what got you started into that?
oh man. Okay. Well, we're gonna make a fool of myself really quick and early. So way back when I smoked my first cigar when my oldest, she was maybe like 6 8 months old in 2007, um and she got invited to a birthday party, which is really funny thing about it now because she's like a toddler, so essentially I was invited to come and like hang out with my friend Jim, and
Yeah.
he pulled out a couple of cigars, and dude, neither of us had any idea what we were doing at the time. I remember thinking like, dude, I don't want to get addicted. Life's hard enough without an addiction. And so we went to the kitchen, we pulled out a serrated knife, and we just went to chopping on this cap, and the whole like next hour I was just spitting out tobacco out of my mouth. It wasn't a good cigar experience. But when we were there during that birthday party, we just talked. And it forced us a little bit to be away from the rest of the party, and another gentleman joined us with one of his cigars. But the conversation and like the community that happened right then, I
Hmm.
was in sales at the time, and life was so fast paced. But for that hour, hour and a half, everything stopped, and we just got to do what we do as humans and connect with each other.
Right.
And so that stuck with me so hard, and I kept dreaming about it. And I had this one dream that sounds, again, so lame to say out loud, but there was like this giant cigar, and I was like walking to it, like trying to like hug it, but like it was bigger than my whole body. It was just so dumb.
and
But
and
it,
that
I,
was the vision. That was the vision, bro.
yeah, I longed for that community again because I hadn't felt that since I was like a teenager living at home.
Yeah.
And then I started smoking, and I did the whole the budget baller thing for a long time. I smoked a lot of seconds. I smoked a lot of what people would consider garbage nowadays. I don't
Mhm.
really think that's true. There's a ton of great cigars that are legacy cigars that
Yeah.
perform year in and year out, and they do a killer job. But
Hmm.
I for like I don't know 8 to 10 years that was the track that I was on. And then in 2015, I started really focusing on boutique cigars and learning that not every cigar can be judged off of, how it burns or how it draws, but the
Okay.
flavor really matters. And for the first part of my journey, especially because the cigars I was gravitating towards, it, flavor was the last thing that mattered. I just wanted a
Right.
cigar that performed. And if it performed, I was satisfied. But then in 2015, I started working with Friday Ellis out of Governor Cigar and Pipe in Monroe, Louisiana. Love that man. He introduced me to so many things. And then I started a review community because at the time, especially given almost 10 years of smoking different things and not really tasting much because I wasn't looking for it, I thought a lot of these tasting notes were horse shit. Like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I champion racehorse leather or like chocolate that was on the slopes of
Wait,
Scotland
wait,
with the
wait, wait,
breeze.
wait. Did you just say champion racehorse?
Racehorse leather. That yeah.
The
That's cold right
sweaty
there.
leather.
Hey, that's specific, there, brother. That's down to a
Damn.
T.
but so much of that just it felt fake to me.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I wanted
Yeah.
to start this community in which we could all review the cigar, and one person didn't rate it a 92 or a 95, but the whole community gave it the rating. And then one person didn't say, "Hey, I'm getting chocolate out of this," but you have 90 something people say, "Hey, this is what I'm tasting." 40 other people say, "Oh, we got leather too," and you can break it down and you can get something that feels a little more objective versus
Mm,
subjective.
okay.
And the problem, though, gentlemen, is when I started sitting down with a cigar and isolating and getting rid of all the other distractions and not watching a show or like being in a lounge and talking with 5 or 6 other people, I started tasting more and more and more. And when I started tasting, you see like in some reviews they'll say sweetness.
Hmm.
Well,
Hmm.
it became very apparent to me that I couldn't just say sweetness because if I say this cigar is sweet, someone is going to ask, what kind of
Yeah.
sweet? Is it
What
an
kind of
apple
Yeah.
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 sweetness, a chocolate
Yeah.
sweetness?
Hmm.
Like what are we talking about here? And so the challenge became to dive further and further and further. And if we're talking about ganache, is it dark chocolate, milk, or not ganache, chocolate? Is it ganache? Is it dark chocolate, milk chocolate, like white chocolate? What kind of chocolate experience are you having? And it just got to be more of a muscle that I ended up flexing just by really and truly isolating and digging and not being
Okay.
satisfied with things. Now, I say this, but there is still a cop out that I use pretty frequently, and that is baking spices.
Mm.
Sometimes it's
Yeah.
easy to
Hmm.
say, hey, this is a cinnamon experience where I get a little bit of nutmeg or clove over here.
True.
Or every now and then there's weird cigars you get like Indian spices out of occasionally. But to
Hmm.
me, baking spices, I feel like is a decent cop out because everybody perceives them slightly differently. It's not like pepper or earth or something that's a little more on the nose, so to speak. So I'm
Right.
okay
Right.
with that one. Yeah, I'm okay with that one.
And that's
Yeah.
cool, man. Like that's cool. I've seen some. I've def okay. All right. I've definitely being like coming from the cigar review side. we've all heard some things. Some people say some notes that's just been crazy. Now I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I'm not gonna lie. I have a review that I did 4.5. But it's been about 4.5 years since that review's been out. And I talk about it because it's actually in my tiering system when I tier cigars on my channel, and it's the Gray Cliff tier. And you know why it's called the Gray Cliff tier, Dave? You don't have
I
to say
hesitate to
anything.
say.
I'm here to say it for you. You don't have to say it, but I'm going to say it for you. Gray Cliff is horrible for me. It may be good to my neighbor, if he smokes Gray Cliff. But Gray Cliff, every Gray Cliff that I've smoked has been absolutely horrible. And the one that I smoked was a G Turbo. Was the G Turbo 2 limited edition 2010.
Okay.
That cigar, and I said it. I said it tasted like battery acid. Now, somebody asked me,
Ouch.
Fred, how do you know what battery acid tastes like? And I said, when I was a kid, I used to put a lot of things, just bite a lot of shit, okay? And I bit a battery, all right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's crazy. I know I didn't die. As you can see, I'm still here. But
So you're the
I
reason
know
that we have to check lithium-ion batteries at the airport. That's
yes,
why.
Yeah.
yes. And let's see, I was like 6 or 7 when I did it. So like, yeah.
Mr. 9 Volt. Mr. 9 Volt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Look at Eno.
Yep.
Eno,
What's
up,
going on?
man?
What's
I'm
up,
chilling, man. I'm chilling. How you doing, Dave? How's everything? How's
Oh,
your
so
evening?
good. So good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm hanging in there, man. I'm hanging in there. You know?
Good. The
Yeah.
weather nice where you're at? I see you're outside.
No, I'm freezing up here. You know?
Hey,
I'm
always go to
I'm
Miami, bro.
yeah. First of all, ain't your boys about to get busted up in a little bit, L? Ain't y'all probably getting busted up right now?
See,
Look, man, we look,
we were
Dave on the show, man. We got a guest, man. Chill, bro. Come on, man.
Dave,
No, like
this is what I'm talking. This is what I mean.
For
And it
sure,
gets
Hound
worse.
Dog, for
It gets
real.
worse.
shout out to
It's
Hound
all
Hound Dog.
right.
What's up,
It's
It's
though?
a
all
hound
right.
doggy dog in the building.
What's up,
Yeah, what's
Hound
up,
Dog?
man?
My brother Matt. Love
3
you,
cheers
brother.
for
Wolf,
Matt.
wolf, wolf, wolf.
My brother Matt.
But so my next question to you, Dave, would be your first, I know everybody remembers their first cigar. For pretty much the first actual cigar. What was the first cigar when you were getting into the hobby? The first cigar that you had and you actually liked?
Yeah. Yeah, so the first memorable experience for me, because remember I was focused on construction and performance, not so much flavor. And realistically, a lot of what I was smoking tasted the same. It might as well have been the same cigar. It just I wasn't perceiving anything different. But the first one that knocked my socks off was the warped La Hacienda. That was the one.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that was the
Wow.
one at
Hey,
Okay.
Governor's Cigar and Pipe.
hey, if Peter hears that, you hear that, Peter? You heard that?
If I don't even know where
Uh-huh.
Peter is. Wait, isn't Peter still in Florida? He ain't worried about. He is not worried about shit. He's staying right now.
You know what? You know what the funny thing about it too is, not to give away my location, but I would say that maybe I'm in Peter's neck of the woods. You know,
Awesome. You're way up
So
north
Wait,
then,
hold
huh?
on, Dave. Hold on, Dave. We before we go further with you, we have to address the elephant in the room.
well, no, hey,
Are you
yes,
there?
Fred.
Are you there to have a rematch with your son in wrestling? If not,
First of
if not, we don't want to hear shit else. Dave, listen.
uh,
Dave, Eno thought that he could wrestle his 18-year-old son. Ended up losing it. Ended up losing, needing and also he needed his asthma pump, his
first of
I
hey,
glasses,
know.
now,
his walker. He needed
first
glasses,
of all,
walker.
all right. Number one. Now, I will say this to start off the thing. Shout out to he calls himself 3.0. Shout out to 3.0. He got himself his first job
working down at Raymond J Stadium.
Let's
Okay.
go, bro.
That's a bet.
Yeah, he works for he works for the Bucks, and 3.0 is going to get his ass whooped again in February.
Yeah.
Also, and I don't want to hog up too much, but his school is gonna be doing, anybody in the chat that would like, his school is gonna be doing crowdfunding. His coach is gonna get the link out for Monday. They're gonna do a GoFundMe for the wrestling team because they don't put no funding into the wrestling program at his high school.
Mm-hmm.
Everything goes to the football team. So I'll be sending out the GoFundMe link to if the cut allows it and all that kind of stuff, just to donate and help these guys get to the goal that they need to reach. So
Yeah.
Nice, bro.
Yeah.
Nice.
but
That's a bet right
Solid.
there, bro.
yeah,
Solid.
but 3.0 is gonna get that ass whooped. So don't worry
We
about
don't-
that.
Dave, listen, don't listen to only other than the the GoFundMe part, because that was the important part. That was the important part. All the other bullshit he said, that's bullshit, man. That was
No, listen.
I get it, guys. My son turns 13 next week, and I've
You
told him
see?
his whole life.
See?
I was like, look, bro, every day of your life, not mine, but every day of your life, I have trained to defeat you. Should you step out of
Hey, you
line,
see?
you mess up,
You
it's
see?
my job. I
Yeah.
gotta come after you.
Yeah. Listen. He got to take this throne from me. It's not just gonna be handed to him. He got to take it from me.
he already did. That's
He ain't
the
take
thing.
nothing. He ain't take nothing.
Listen,
He ain't take nothing.
Hey, for one, your
All right.
hamstring has to heal. Remember playing
Yeah,
37U rugby?
Listen,
37U
no.
rugby?
37U rugby is crazy.
No, that's not even the worst. That's not even the worst part. I was playing basketball last Sunday and re-injured it.
See, look at him. See, Dave. Okay, you know what?
Oh, that's hard, man.
We're gonna get back to that later. We're gonna get back to that
Yeah.
shit later, because that is completely nonsense. Dave, I have a question. I'm sorry. If anybody in the chat has any questions for Dave, please drop them down in the comments. Also, let us know what you're smoking, what you're drinking, and all that other good shit. And anybody on the panel, do y'all have a question for Dave before I go into my next question?
I got a comment, man.
Go ahead.
Warm salted butter pretzel.
Yes.
Warm salted butter pretzels, bro. It's crazy.
Yes.
It's the third one.
Yeah.
I get the same thing, bro.
Dude,
it's
I got a
good.
question. What was the vision behind the vow?
Yeah. So the Vow, this is a really neat project, because Andrew's vision for the Vow specifically, and Amar, was to make it, each series is like a commissioned experience. So initially, early on, we are thinking about different category names of like how to separate the branding for them. We ended up going with the date that they were finalized. So this is the 11/25. That's for 25 November 2024. The 6/29 is 29 June. The 7/05 is 5 July. And each one's a unique experience. And so we are going to be working on something in the future to help that story be told a little more better visually. But if you think about Avowed and the Vow, words and promises have so much meaning for us.
Yeah.
But also, we've been in the game for so long. Andrew started Small Batch in 2012.
Wow.
When I started with the review thing, and then also transitioning into working with Andrew at Small Batch, that was 2015. So we've been in the game for so long that we couldn't put out a bad product. And so if somebody says, hey man, like, what would you do for a brand? This is our answer. And so it has to be the definitive answer. It has to be who we are each and every time. We live and die by every single cigar. So the vow is that it's our promise. It's our promise to take each one out into the world and make it prosper. And each and every blend is wholly unique. It's its own thing. A lot of the tobaccos may be similar. Like this 11/25 uses the same base as the 7/05, but it throws in a whole leaf of Brazilian Cubra, and it completely changes up everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Oh
game changer. And that's what we were talking
man.
about earlier with New Dawn. If somebody was a heavy New Dawn smoker and they want to know what's next, I would probably say this is next in the portfolio because it doesn't have the high treble notes of the 629. It doesn't have the super deep bass notes of Awakening, but it rides that mid level so
Hmm.
well. And I think it's just a
Right.
good step up from the New Dawn. But yeah, the vow is it's really cool, guys. Also, if you look on the band, we have like the Kellner insignia on each and
Mm-hmm.
every one. We've got the
Mm.
Dominican flag represented, the California flag represented. Every detail about these bands has been dialed in, so there's nothing that's just filler. It all has meaning to us because that's what you're going to see for everything we do. Even the factory seals on each and every box is going to be totally different. We don't want anything just to be because it is what it is, or this is how we've always done it. Everything, and every time we go back to the drawing board, we think, how can we improve? What can we do better?
Right. And that's
Nice.
awesome, Dave. And also, you know what? I mean, when we talked, um, we got to give a huge shout out to Andrew. Andrew's out in California fighting the good fight
Hmm.
for
That's
cigar
it.
smokers.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Fighting the
sir.
good fight. And also, with that
Yeah.
being said, I'm going to do it again. Shout out to Skinny Money. I'm going to do this again.
Skinny.
If you have not become a CRA member, sign up,
Mhm.
become a CRA member. It's $25 a year. All right, it's not killing. I promise, it's not killing you. It's not killing your wallet like Cud is. But that's in here.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey,
so
Shout out to Cud, man. But yes,
yeah,
y'all,
cigars
real quick.
unbanned,
yeah,
Shout out
definitely.
yeah.
to Andrew.
So
Shout out
I
to
have a
Andrew.
question for Dave, if you don't mind. So Dave, like I don't know if the guys got into this. I got here late, but what was your profession before you got into small batch and into the cigar field?
Oh man. So I sold cars for a while. I sold insurance for a while. And then I always wanted to join the army because my uncles were
Oh
in the
wow.
army. Yeah, and like I never forgot the 9/11 experience when I was younger.
Yeah.
But at the time, it just didn't quite work out. I had too many things going on. My uncles were like, "Look, if you decide to go into the army, you cannot do it at 18. We won't let you. We
Hmm.
will apprehend you and detain you at the house. Like you need to live a little bit and make sure it's your decision."
Mm-hmm.
So when I was
Hmm.
25, I was like, I need to do this for me. I need to be able to tell my children that like I felt like this was the right thing to do, and I did it.
Hmm.
So at 25, I went in, and at the time when I met Andrew, I had finished my time active duty. I was an NCO, a sergeant, and I was just switching over the green to gold process. So I was going back to college. It was so weird being like 30 years old with these ROTC
Hmm.
students at like 18 to 21.
Hmm.
But I had to finish that so that I could become an officer. And that's where all this kind of really kicked off. I was an ROTC. I was a full-time student, and then I was writing for Cigar Noise, and then Andrew saw that and he reached out and we had like a really long conversation. And then he started sending stuff to review, and then we just started talking more and more frequently, and it became like a once a month thing, and then once every couple of weeks thing. But then I didn't get the active duty contract back. So I commissioned, I
Hmm.
was an officer, but I was too old. My birth date fell too late to be an active duty officer again by like, I don't know, 4 months. So I
Wow.
went into the National Guard, which was one of the hardest things I've ever done because the army instilled certain values in me, but the National Guard was a lot more chill, a lot more relaxed. And I had a
Right.
hard time saying, pay attention to this regulation, but not this regulation. This one
Hmm.
matters here, but that one doesn't matter here. To me, it just all needed to matter or none of it needed to matter. And I just couldn't wrap my head around it at the time. So then I went into
Hmm.
contracting and I started deploying overseas, and Andrew and we worked together for so long, in which I would be overseas for 3 to 5 months at a time. And we wouldn't ever really talk on the phone. We just worked via email and different things. And then I would come home and we'd pick up the phone and we'd talk for like 4 or 5 hours, and it was like no time had passed at all. And
Hmm.
it's just such a beautiful thing that friendship has kept me going through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just it's that is that is the one friendship in my life that is the longest running thing. It's no matter how many PCS changes you make or country changes you make, like Andrew's there. He's the rock solid guy. And so, Andrew, if you're watching, I love you, buddy.
Oh man,
It
But
is,
that's
bro,
that's
man.
listen.
that,
That
that
is
that's
It is,
that's my
bro.
You
history,
know,
my work history.
yeah. Not to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be long winded, Fred. But I had So a few weeks ago, I have a guy on from Dogs Inc. And I don't know if you heard Dog Inc. But Dogs Inc. They supply dogs to military vets that
hmm
deal with PTSD.
hmm
Hmm.
That
And
was a
so
great show.
far,
That was a great show.
thank you.
Yeah.
And they went and now they're up to over 1,000 dogs. And for each dog that they gave a service member to, not one of them has committed suicide. So that was the
Wow,
main
that's
purpose
huge.
behind. That's the main purpose behind Dogs Inc.
That's
Is
huge.
to have
Yeah.
these military vets have somebody and have a companion, to deal with
That's
those tough
huge.
times. So
Yeah.
these dogs, they're specially trained, so the dogs can tell when they're about to have an anxiety attack, if they deal with high blood pressure,
Yeah.
you
Hmm.
know, if any kind of illness that they have, these dogs can pick it up. But I also think that one of the guys from JC Newman, I be, I believe like he's one of the big founders of Dogs Inc.
Wow,
Oh.
So
I didn't know that.
yeah, so you know, I wanted I forgot the guy's name, but it's one of the guys. They do a fundraiser and they do a lot of stuff with the FSU players, with the South
Hmm.
Florida players, to do fundraising and stuff like that for the cause.
Oh man, that's important,
For
guys.
sure.
It's really important. I think
Yeah.
what is that saying? 22 seconds. Every 22
Yeah.
seconds, a veteran takes their
Yep.
life.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and that's
and
Yeah.
that's.
it's
I'm gonna
easy
tell you.
to.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's easy to think that veteran might they might not value their own life. And so we look at it from that particular point of view and we say, okay, well, like maybe they should have done this or they should have done that. But I think what happens is a lot of veterans, they don't have a lot of value for human life, period, just because of all the things that they've seen or
Mm-hmm.
been through. And a lot of their friends are gone. And like it becomes less of like they have low self-esteem and more of like maybe their worldview is just different. Like
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
it's important to be cognizant of that for a lot of these guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Dave. That's also another reason why we started this show as well, because to have another outlet for, and of course, women are welcome. Like everybody's welcome, but just to have a safe place for men, like we talk about mental issues, mental health issues for men, us as men, and what we go through.
Mm-hmm.
Just for this to be another outlet to where we could just come out, kick it with the fellas, talk some shit, talk some cigars, have a good drink, and that's really what it's all about. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Being able
For
to have that,
sure.
Mm-hmm.
to have that safe space for
Hmm.
for us to have that where somewhere where we can go, another place where we can go, and then and just shoot the shit, man. That's I mean,
Yeah.
because life is too short.
Yeah,
For
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
sure.
it
You know?
Facts.
is.
Yeah.
Facts.
For
And I will
sure.
say thank you to you and thank you to Stephen as well, because both you guys are both ex-military. So
For sure.
For
so
sure.
shout out to you
Yeah.
guys, man. You guys did years, so we appreciate that.
Hey,
Yeah,
wait, and
it's my
So,
pleasure.
you forgot me, bro.
oh, I'm sorry, Fred.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
sorry,
Boy
Fred. I
Scout,
did.
Eagle Scout, baby.
Oh, oh,
Man. Wait a
Extra
minute.
stage left, bro. Extra
yeah.
stage
For real. I was about to say
left.
at what point did we mix that up with TSU at? Come on.
Hey, listen. You know what? All I gotta say is this, man. Hey, Fred, ain't nothing happened to you in no Texas woods, did it?
Hey, man.
That camp counselor wasn't over there.
Nah, bro. No, no. As a matter of fact, my shout out to my camp counselor. My camp counselor was my uncle, and also one of the brothers are part of the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. So
Mm-hmm.
shout out to my uncle, man. He was good people, man. Good people,
Hmm.
man.
Yeah. Nice.
We had plenty of good times now, but man, no, for real. Thank you guys for your service, for real. Y'all don't know, like that's not
Mm-hmm.
it's not an easy job at all. It's not an easy job.
Nah, man.
Well,
And
I think I think it's not the point. It's not an easy job. At the same time, they're not taken care of the way they should be.
True.
No, bro.
You
No.
know,
No.
it's really messed up that the way that the VA, you know, like we see so many different organizations and other people get taken care of way better than our ex-military,
Hmm.
and and also and it's always swept under the rug. Like they'll say that, oh, they're complaining, or they'll find some way to demean it,
Right.
and it's something that I feel like should be brought more to the forefront, because if you're giving your life for this country, you should be able to be treated properly, and also too, and have your health needs to be taken care of properly.
Hmm.
You
That's true.
know,
Mhm.
That's true. Now,
Yeah.
Dave,
so
Dave,
So
I have a question, Dave.
Yeah.
Um, you've been with Small Batch for a while. Do you guys I did get this question from a buddy of mine that watches the show. He don't really comment much, but he is a veteran, and he wanted to know if Small Batch did anything like with Cigars for Warriors type thing, if you guys were involved with anything like that.
Hmm. Um, I think locally at Maximar we do, but as the online platform for small batch, I don't I don't know that and that's probably on me. I love to champion cigars for warriors. That is, in my opinion, one of the greatest ways for camaraderie to happen overseas. I
Hmm.
can't tell you how
mhm,
many times in maybe, I don't know, 4.5, 5 years of total time in the sandbox, somebody had their first cigar experience right there in front of you,
Yeah.
and it's
mhm,
such a great learning opportunity. Men, women, like 20-year-old kids, 40-year-old officers. Like it's the melting pot for cigars. Everybody wants to take a break, slow down, get a little bit of that home life back in them. And
mhm,
Cigars for Warriors is incredible. Usually, I don't know about other branches, but in the Army, the first sergeant would go around during the deployment and he would collect everybody's names and information, kick it out, and then everybody would get a massive bag each. And it's
Yeah.
so cool. And
mhm,
that's really fostering the next generation of cigar smokers, really and truly.
mhm,
So I love to champion it, but I haven't pitched like a real deal campaign, and that's probably on me. It's not that Andrew, I don't think would go for it. He definitely would be all in. It's just how do we do it? What's the best way to do it? The B&M has a little bit more of an advantage because people can donate a couple sticks from their bag before they leave and put it in
mhm,
the
Right.
humidor. And there's a lot of things, but now that you mention it, I really should try and wrap my head around it and figure out a good way we can add value to that space because it's wonderful, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
mhm.
Yeah,
definitely
one
is, man. It definitely is.
idea maybe because I know Cigars International, they have it like to where you can get registered through ID means. So that way you
mhm,
can they so it's verified. Nobody's cheating the system. It'll get straight verified, and then it'll lead you into there, and you can get that discount. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's
mhm,
with
cool.
boxes, I'm telling you, man, like. Whenever
Mm,
we got
mhm.
boxes, so when I was stationed in Afghanistan, man, when we got that
yeah.
boxes, like it was like, man, it was like Christmas, dude. It
Yeah.
was great.
You
Yeah.
know
And
what? I
guys,
was
if
sorry. No, sorry, Dave.
So
Not.
Dave, let me ask you, at what point during your cigar journey did you realize that this is a passion that I want to share with everybody? I need to get this out. And at what at what point did you feel that you were confident enough to put out your own blend? And what legacy do you want to leave in the market
oh,
with your
man, are you on the payroll? Like that tees me up so well. Dang.
Yeah, he laid it down
um,
then, bro.
dude, that is like the perfect alley oop.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. So from the beginning, I loved sharing. Even if it was just like my dad and I just smoking a cigar, and like we would, again, having no idea what the taste is, we would talk about the construction and the burn and like noticing different things, and we would try like experimenting, cutting an inch off of the cigar and see how it changes the experience,
right?
and like so much of it was about that sharing
Yeah, yeah,
aspect.
yeah.
And the more the cigar community is funny because you have family everywhere you go. And like I
Mm-hmm.
moved a lot as a child, even though my parents weren't military brats or anything. And so like having that instant community immediately as soon as you walk into a cigar shop was so huge for me. And
Mm-hmm.
asking somebody, "Hey, what are you smoking? Tell me about it. What do you like?" Like
Right.
that La Hacienda, I actually didn't like my first one. It tasted like nothing. I was in
Okay.
the lounge, with 10 other dudes right beside me smoking it up. And I told Friday at the time, I said, I don't get what the hype is. And he says, you know what? Just take it home and enjoy it outside. And that's probably a lot of the reason why that was my first experience, like really tasting something that it was multi-dimensional. The
Okay.
fruity notes from that Aganorsa Puro blew my mind.
Mm-hmm.
It
Oh
was
man.
layered and textured, and it was like a compote from like the topping for a pancake. It was amazing.
Wow.
But he gave me that insight because I'd stop in every week, and he says, "Look, just take it home." And I listened,
Mm-hmm.
thankfully.
Yeah.
But that really got the wheels turning in early 2015 and really made
Okay.
me start paying attention to the taste and the flavor. But as far as like saying you're ready to put out a blend, that's a hard question. As you know, we work with so many different factories and so many great people and master blenders, and the ability was always there.
Right.
What we didn't have though was that secret sauce. And when I say secret sauce, Klaas Kellner is 100% the secret sauce. But it's
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
multi
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
multi layers. He's an incredible guy. He has an amazing palate. His lineage is perfect because he not only knows tobacco, he knows what he's looking for. He can source it. His family
Hmm.
grows tobacco. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
it's perfect. Um, but it was also the right time
Right.
because like let's say we wanted to work a class in 20 years from now, he might say, okay, well, we can put you on the schedule in 12 months. But at the
Yeah.
time when he came to Andrew and Amar and he said, hey, I'm planning on doing this in a few months, we were able to get right in on the ground floor. We said, shut the front door, we're out here. And we
Mm-hmm.
got down to the DR as soon as humanly possible to start making magic. But the timing and the man, Class Kellner, all that came together as the secret sauce. It is so important, and I don't think really can be understated. It's huge.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
even then, all of us, we have, and we work outside of our comfort zone in different ways, but all of us have one thing that I think is a huge boon for the brand. And that's if we are smoking a cigar, it doesn't happen, it doesn't get the release if we're not all in it. And that needs everybody's buy-in. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's not just one
Okay.
person saying this is the best thing I've ever smoked. There will be some blends that I personally love that will never make the light of day because it needs to be right for everybody. And so if you have all
Mm-hmm.
of us sitting in a room and say this is amazing, then it's probably going to be amazing because we all have
So,
different palates, different backgrounds.
so Dave, I got so how many wet packs did you smoke that you were like, man, this is fire, and then you come back to it and it was Hound Dog's words, a dog rocket.
So it happens, man. Age, time is the one thing that money can't buy. It's also the one thing that I don't think you can ever truly account for. Even Class,
Mm-hmm.
knowing all that he knows and being able to roll up different blends all the time on the fly and test them, he I don't think can even fully appreciate how something will change over time definitively. He
Mhm.
might have an idea and he probably has a way better educated guess than I will ever. But it's funny you mentioned that the Val 1125. It has a whole leaf of Brazilian Cubra. We almost went with a half leaf because early on with the full leaf, when you roll it right there, and so you make the bunch on day one, and it has to go in the mold so it holds the shape. Then you wrap it the next day, and you light that son of a bitch on fire. And it was really good, but the saltiness, the salinity, it gave me a
Mm.
little bit of tongue bite on the tip of the tongue. It was too
Mm.
salty, too
Mm-hmm.
much.
Mm. Okay.
So we rolled some of the full leaf, we rolled some with a half leaf, and fresh, the half leaf was perfect. But In about 60 to 90 days, the half leaf, it lost the magic. The whole leaf
Uh,
started tasting like the half leaf a couple of months
Mm-hmm.
prior.
Wow.
So that's why
Man,
when everything else for the vow was started in June and July of 2023, that's why this one took a lot longer because we wanted to dial it in. And fortunately, we were able to roll it. We were able to wait on it and say, okay, this is how this blend performs over time. Sometimes you don't get that opportunity and you have to make an educated guess.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
real. That's real.
Yeah,
Now,
that's
Mm-hmm.
now we,
real.
we got a question from brother Louis Camacho. Shout out to Louis, man. He said,
Mm,
Louis.
I got an Avowed cigar. He said, the new Dawn. What can you tell me about this cigar before I smoke it?
yeah. Okay.
Ooh,
Well,
ooh.
I liken the Robusto Grande and the Toro to the Robusto Grande to me is more of a creamier, approachable experience. It plays up the
Mhm,
buttercream icing and it crescendos from the very beginning to the end. So the first couple of minutes, you might be like, okay, what's happening? It's there's not a whole lot just grabbing my attention for the first 2 or 3 minutes. But then it just starts building and it never stops until the last inch. The Toro hits the ground running. And instead of, you get some of that buttercream icing, but it's kind of a background note. Instead, in the front, you get like more cedar, baking spices, those toasted almonds. It's just it hits the ground running so hard. The Toro does.
mhm,
And so if
mhm,
somebody's in the lounge, I say, hey, I might would try the Toro while you're here smoking with other people. Or if they're like, I don't ever really smoke Connecticut's, which New Dawn should I try? I'm going Toro all day. But if somebody's a connoisseur and they love that mild and wild profile and they just want all the flavor without the strength and they gravitate towards Connecticut's, I'm going to put them on the Robusto because it's a little more nuanced, a little more complex.
mhm.
But
Okay.
this blend, guys, we did not announce it when we first rolled it out because our name is Avowed. We are coupling the mandate with the promise. And we wanted New Dawn not to be a limited edition, even though that would be way easier to do in the
Mm-hmm.
long run. We wanted it to be a staple in humidors everywhere. So this wrapper is from 2016. It's a vintage Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper. It's
Mm.
phenomenal. I love that thing. And we didn't announce it at first because we weren't sure what we could do. But the last trip we were in the DR, we got more bales of that 2016 wrapper. So it
Man,
will be
Nice.
consistent as Hades for a long time. And
man,
it's amazing. Guys, that
man.
wrapper, yeah. And okay,
Yeah.
the 2016 is what we use for this blend, and it's phenomenal. But the 2017, we also got all of those bales that we could too. So the 16, when that runs out, the 17 is arguably better. Arguably
Ooh.
better. Smoking
Ooh.
Puritos side by side, the 17 just knocks your socks off.
Mm.
Wow.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So,
Yeah.
so,
Yep.
so,
Well,
I have
I could
another
go.
question for you there, Dave. So, future, I ask this question all the time because I always want to know how important are like cigars in different sizes and how important are they, for when you just say for looking towards the future of About cigars?
Mm.
Do you have plans on, creating a Salomon or creating a, something of that sort, a
Perfecto and
perfecto, or like or
Yeah.
a fatty perfecto, a pig. Which hey, listen, a flying pig with the hey, it could most definitely work. I definitely see it,
It
but
could. It
you
could.
know. So I mean, I know the main focus right now is just the blends and what like your core line and what you're putting out. So any plans in the future for venturing out into making those different sizes with those cigars?
This is a hard one, man. I'm going to break it down into feelings, but then also business,
Okay.
because at the end of the day, there's two things that happen for every single blend in every single shape or size. There's what you love, and there's what you can actually put out to market and sell.
Yeah.
So if my favorite thing was a 2 by 50, like a little single shot of espresso kind of cigar, a tuna can, but I can't sell it, then it makes no sense to really spend time on that Vitola.
Right.
Yeah.
Um, Personally, I dislike a lot of figurados. And this is gonna sound crazy, but if I get a Salomon or a double perfecto, I'm chopping the tap or the cap and the foot off.
And the
I
foot.
don't want to spend that
Mhm.
5 minutes, 10 minutes, and just like the McDonald's milkshake forehead vein popping
Uh-huh.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I've heard a lot of people
Yep.
say
Yep.
that too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
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 Hey,
Exactly. Yep.
Marvin, that's you too, huh, brother?
I feel it. I
I
Hmm.
feel
feel
it.
it.
I
Same
feel
Wow.
it.
thing. I go ahead and cut it off. I don't
Uh-huh.
even mess around with it. The only
I
one I
try
mess
to
with on
do
is
it.
that
Yeah.
I
Davidoff,
try to do it.
the Grand Cru, the Diademus. That's the only one
Yeah.
I don't do it to.
Yeah.
But the rest of them,
Yeah,
yeah, it's got to go.
I
Yeah.
try to do it, but I always end up like, man, what the hell am I doing here to myself, bro? I'm getting a freaking headache before I could even taste anything. I'm like, yo,
Hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
cut
And
Yeah,
some
you
of
me.
gotta
those,
make
when
it.
Oh.
they hit, like we did an exclusive with Caldwell. What was it? The long, no, The King is Dead, Sleeping Beauty. That was
Okay.
a double perfecto that it blew me away because with it both ends tapering and the fat center, you get these nuances like every 5 minutes the profile shifts. And it was only maybe an hour cigar, but it was a roller coaster. And
Mm.
that one is the one for me that I would every time suffer through if the bottom gave me like 5 minutes of headaches. And it can be an amazing thing. It's just I don't know, and I don't want to like light it and not know. Oh my gosh, Fred, that was whoa.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Listen, and look, and
Construction is
I'm
impeccable on these.
smoking it, I'm
Hmm.
smoking and enjoying, but the construction is holding its own, bro. Like
Hmm.
this is by far this, like, as far as construction, not just flavor, but just talk about the construction and breakdown of the cigar within itself.
Hmm.
This cigar has amazing construction, and how, to me, I always look at the ash on it and how close it, and how, like, there's hardly any cracks in the ash.
It's compact.
It's
Yeah.
very compact,
Yeah.
and that I
Yeah.
Hmm.
that shows
Yeah.
that a cigar has perfect construction. So,
Hey,
So.
you
yeah,
you really can't expect nothing less from Kellner, man.
Mm.
It's
hey,
Hmm.
that's a
Kellner
fact.
is
Yeah.
king.
Yep.
bro,
Kellner is
bro,
king.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
bro.
Hey,
And
quick
and
quick question.
Definitely
oh,
cold
go
with
ahead.
it.
Could we
Yeah,
see the kicks?
yeah.
Because Skinny's asking about the kicks.
Yeah, Skinny
He
did
has
ask about the
zero
sneaker
kicks right
tip.
now. I
You
have
know,
zero kicks.
like
I'm
what's
barefoot.
it? What's in the closet, man? What's in the closet?
The
I
Because
want to
Skinny
see the
asking for a reason.
closet.
the most comfortable thing ever. I'm function over fashion all day, every day. But
Mhm.
Skinny
Hey, dudes.
secretly, well, I can't do hey dudes. Now my knees don't like them. But Skinny, he has a boa crush. That's what it is. The shoes I got, Andrew got me on them. They have boas instead of laces.
Yeah.
So they're like ski boots, like you can dial in the heel, you can make it looser or tighter. The top you can crank it down. And I think secretly Todd just really badly wants to go skiing.
It
That's
it
But
Mhm.
they
could
are
be.
not fashionable at all.
That's what
It
it
could
is.
that could be, knowing Skinny. That could
Mhm.
definitely be
yeah.
true. Definitely be true.
Now
Um,
I have a question.
Go ahead, bro.
Mm.
Now what was the beauty and the mastermind behind this blend right here, brother?
Yeah,
That
higher
the
calling.
The
higher
higher
calling.
calling.
Yeah.
I need to hear about the higher calling,
Mm,
man.
mm.
Yeah.
Perfect
So
cigar.
awakening was limited by nature. There's no way that we can ever make any more of these cigars because we got the very last bales of that hybrid wrapper. So the awakening, what was
Mike,
limited, a true limited edition. Oh,
carpet.
um,
What's up, Mike?
higher calling was not though. That one we could make again if we wanted to, but we need to make it special because for a limited edition, we needed it to like mean something. And
Hmm.
so we gave that one a full 2 years of age before we released it to the wild. And that's what makes
Mm.
that cigar so special. You have different primings in the filler composition. And it's also interesting because that was our Father's Day release, and that is our
Mhm.
higher calling as parents.
Mhm.
And like children, you go out and you say, "Hey, this is my expectation. This is what I'm going to instill in them." But then they become adults and they make their own decisions and they have to go their own way. And you just have to love them for what they are, not what you thought
Right.
they
Yeah.
should be.
Right.
And
Yeah.
higher
Mhm.
Yeah.
calling, even with all those higher priming filler leaves, it didn't
Mhm.
come out with more octane. than the Val 629 because it's the same
Mm,
blend on paper.
It's still
Instead, to me,
smooth. It's still
it's more
smooth.
creamy. Yeah, it's smoother,
Hmm.
it's creamier. I feel like
Hmm.
towards the second half, you start to get the real difference in
mm,
attitude,
Hmm.
but it's creamier than the 629. It's really
Yeah.
wild,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Nice.
some of that is
Oh,
the guesstimation. You know, how do you know what something will be like 2 years from now?
hmm so, speaking of a higher calling, I just gotta say, Justin, tomorrow a higher calling is gonna come. The big man told me upstairs
Yeah.
for you
Don't put God in
that.
that. Don't do that. Don't even do it, bro. Don't even do it.
Don't
I don't
put
even want you to
God
do
in it,
yourself
dog.
like that. I'm not getting
Yeah.
hyped up about the Jets, bro. Don't even go there.
Listen, I
Don't
got a
even go there.
message. I got a message saying that your misery for 1 week, your misery. All them clips that I sent you of New Yorkers going crazy, of Jet fans in the city getting pulled over for driving drunk for after watching an hour at the Jets game, is gonna come to an end tomorrow, just for you.
That's what he says. That's what he says. But
And
You
Fred,
know.
we don't want to talk about your picks, Fred.
what, man?
You oh, go ahead,
Oh,
Mar. Go ahead.
No, I just want to ask Dave, um, in a segue from Brody's question, brother. I I see, and one thing that attracts me to the brand more than, not more than, but equally as much as the flavor, the construction, um, the complexity of each blend. But one thing that hit me first off with the brand is, a lot of cigar brands tell stories, right?
hmm
Hmm.
But what I get from Avowed is that it's a statement that you guys
Hmm.
are pushing with each blend and
Yep.
each you know particular offering. And I'm wondering, where does that, like, where does that come from? Where does that inspiration for, just me as a man of faith? Of course, when I hear these things, when I hear the vow, when I hear awakening, when I hear new dawn, when
hmm
I hear higher
hmm
Hmm.
ground, when I think faith.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
I'm
Mm.
not going to be
Yeah.
presumptuous in that way, but I'm just going to add, because I love these things. I love what they represent. I love what they
hmm
say, and you can kind of take your own and apply it to your own life in particular, whatever individual way that you suit. But from you, I want to know, like, where does the inspiration for these particular statements and these missions come from? Because I love it's one thing that I love.
Yeah. Well, earlier the word legacy was brought up by Justin, and I
Hmm.
didn't really dial that home. But really and truly, Avowed for us, that's going to be our legacy. Whether you love it or you
Yep.
hate it, our goal is one day, you're not going to associate our names with small batch. You're going to associate our names with Avowed.
What
This is our
about?
lasting
Yep.
legacy. This is why, like I said before, we live and die by every single cigar because it is a movement. This is our exclamation point at the end. And Andrew would tell you
Hmm.
that his motivation personally is to give something to his children that's not retail, something that they can be a
Hmm.
part of and is creative and they can love and enjoy and doesn't have the tediousness of retail. Amar would probably tell you the same thing, which is why he gifted so much to Ryan, and Ryan's part of the team.
Hmm.
There, so the family plays such a huge thing into it. Legacy plays such a huge thing into it. For me, it's something I've always wanted to do. As soon as you start learning, how the chef makes the food, you start wanting to play
Hmm.
around in the kitchen,
Hmm. Hmm.
and being able to
Hmm.
True.
switch over to the other side is so incredible. And smoking burritos with class and learning, okay, this cigar has this quality or characteristic, but why? And figuring out, okay, well, this tobacco and these primings, this is how they shift. This is how the combustion changes. This is how it stops being a gusher and making your cheeks water, and it starts
Hmm.
having that sweeter intensity on the tip of your tongue. Like just
Hmm.
getting in the mix and figuring out so much that answers so many questions.
Yeah.
But I'd be lying if I said I knew a lot more than I did a couple of years ago because it also lets you know how many other questions you have no idea about. It
Exactly.
like it
Hmm.
opens your eyes and you're like, oh my God, this world is so huge. And we don't even grow the tobacco. We're not vertically integrated. We don't grow. We don't ferment. Everything we get is already processed and ready. And then class will go through and resort. But even at that level, without having the farms and the warehousing space, there's so many questions, guys. It's wild, and
Wow.
there's so much that you'll never know until you get into it. So, like, let's say this is the scar right here, 5.5 by 55. If you cut off a half inch, you may think, okay, well now I'll get into the flavor immediately. It by shortening the length, the combustion changes, and the distance from the cherry to your mouth
Mm,
is shorter, so it has a little more intensity. But
mm,
maybe you like it for the first half, but you don't like it for the back half. You know,
mm,
if this 5.5, you've made it a 4.5 or a 4, how would that play against each other? That's the same reason why our New Dawn Corona Gorda coming out soon. They're being boxed up in the DR right now. That's a 6 by
Ooh.
mm.
46.
Okay.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Nice.
Okay.
But it's not a
Nice.
5 5/8 by 46. We didn't make it to fit the shape. We tasted it at 6.5, 6, 5.5, and we said, okay, for the combustion, for the complexity, for everything we want out of the cigar, a 6 by 46 just delivers. And so
Wow.
that's also our one of our core values is we're going to make the right cigar. We're always going to let the
Mm,
tobacco lead us, and we're going to make the right cigar. We're not really going to try to pigeonhole anything. And with that
wow.
being said, I have to talk about this size real quick because the 5.5 by
Go ahead.
55,
Mm,
it's literally totally the opposite of what I just said, but not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily in a bad way. But Andrew was smoking cigars and he had his whole lineup in front of him for everything that we make with Avowed. And so he'd get in the morning and he would start with this cigar and he had everything going, but he had an extra like half hour at the end of the day. And so his goal was let's create a cigar that gets me instead of that hour and 20 experience, gets me closer to 2 hours. And so
mm.
this size compared to everything else we did, which was follow the tobacco, make the best cigar possible, we did want to make something that would last for closer to 2 hours. And that's where this
Okay.
size right here came in.
Okay.
And
Oh,
it
so
is a
they,
it is a pretty nice smoke,
yeah.
man.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a slow burn.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So I just got one quick question. So you talk about legacy,
Mm.
and you said, and is your 13-year-old your oldest son?
My oldest son. Yeah, I've got an 18-year-old daughter, though.
Okay. So now, did she graduate already, or she graduating this year?
She graduated. Yeah.
So did you have because when my son graduates this year, I got a special cigar lined up. Did you have something lined up for her
Man,
graduation to
dude,
celebrate?
I have been trying. I've been trying. I'm like, baby girl, just let me know the date and time. Let's have a cigar. Let me show you my craft, like let's get into the weeds and figure it out. She's just
Uh huh.
not something she looks forward to.
Listen, I told my son, you got no choice. You're gonna take 2 puffs of this.
Hmm. Now my son, he's like, Daddy, I'm ready. Let's go. And I'm like, bro,
Of course. Oh yeah.
The
You know
13
what?
year
I got
old,
mad
You
he
know
dog.
what?
ready.
My
He ready to
son,
rock
my
and
son did the
roll.
same shit, Dave.
Yes.
But here's the thing. I told him, like, listen, we got a long way to go, bro. You're about to be 5, so we got a long way to go
Yeah.
before we get there. But one thing that because he loves to be involved in like he loves to be involved in what I'm doing with the show and like when I have a review. So what I let him do, I let him pick the cigar that I smoke. So
Mm,
just he'll grab it out the humidor, he'll hand it to me. All right, Daddy, smoke this one. You
yeah,
know what? All right, buddy, I'll smoke that one. And so,
mm, yep.
just so he
yeah.
doesn't, what I'm saying, as a dad, when your son is excited about something that you do, that makes you
Uh-huh.
excited too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That makes you
And he
excited too. Like, damn, boy, you want to do
and
what
he
all right.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
and he passed you
Hey,
that gray cliff.
Oh,
hey,
listen, hey, woo, hey,
Man, I
listen,
hey,
like this one.
good thing,
hey,
ain't no goddamn great clips in my goddamn
hey,
humidor. You hear me?
hey, Fred, don't worry. I got a cigar lined up for a year and a half just for you.
No, no,
Oh
I don't
man.
want it. I don't want it. I don't
Oh man,
want it.
so
Fred, I,
so that
I would challenge you on the Great Cliff. I would challenge you on the Great
Mm,
Cliff.
Okay.
So
Oh,
some people, and I don't know the history near as much as others, but they will talk to you about the difference between the Nassau Grey Cliff versus other
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah.
factories and whatnot at Grey Cliff. But there's a cigar, and if I don't shoot you a link to it later, let's make sure to hit up Matt because these were rolled 10 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
Oh
and
wow,
they are on small batch. They are exclusives. You can find them that way, but
wow.
it's dude, I think it'll change your mind. Those were original Nassau Grey Cliffs. They are mind-blowingly good. And there's two of them. There's a lighter
Now I
one
did hear
and a
that.
bolder one.
I did hear
Wow.
that. I did hear that. And for but I don't know somewhere along the line.
So,
I don't.
so,
Gray Cliff. It fell off.
Mhm.
And
yeah,
that's what I've heard. And
Well,
from
yeah,
someone
they
who's.
yeah,
licensed their name
Mm-hmm.
so that,
yeah.
other people could make it and it could be a different blend, a different factory, but it could be under the
Mm-hmm.
name. At least that's my
Yeah.
understanding. Don't take my word for it, but yeah,
Yo, fella,
that's
I
exactly what
gotta
happened.
jump, fellas.
You
Yeah,
know.
Back to the fifth. All
good
right,
to
Have,
see
have a
you,
good
brother.
one, man.
all right, fellas.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely look into it. Now again, I am always open to trying cigars again that I didn't like. I'm open for it, so I'm not going to turn it down. So I'll look forward to trying it. So that way, I can like, all right, now I had the real Great Cliff. All right, so
Yeah.
we're good.
yeah,
Yeah, and
What's
I
up,
think
Peter?
they
We got
still
I'm
roll
Cigars
them.
there.
Unbanded in here. What's up? What's up?
Oh,
What's
I
up?
know.
What's up?
Pete,
I don't know if I can
Don
handle two
Mega, Don
days.
Mega, Pete, Don Mega.
So
Um,
my
um,
question is, do you
Dave,
find it hard kind of bouncing between, the avowed and small batch, or is that
mm,
like,
hmm
how do
yeah,
you
man.
manage that?
Yeah, so I mean, it can be a challenge. But at the end of the day, everything we do, whether it's small batch or avowed, is service oriented. Service comes first. It's at the heart of everything we set out to do. And so as long as you put people first, I think it becomes easier to figure out what you're doing and what you're not doing. But yeah, I mean, most days I spend doing a mix of both. Um, yeah, it doesn't get as difficult as I thought it would.
right.
Like
Yeah.
championing other shops, it comes naturally because there are a lot of amazing people that are fostering the cigar community and taking us all into this next generation. And so like there's no competitiveness, there's no feelings like that. It's all one dream, one fight. Um, and yeah, honestly, championing these other lounges is one of the easiest things I could ever do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thankfully, I mean, Andrew and team and myself, like we're all simpatico that way. There's
Mm-hmm.
no, like for Avowed, we're not even going to tell you like you should buy them from us, even though they're
Mhm.
wholly separate companies. We do everything completely separate. We wouldn't even tell you that like that's the preferred source. We would tell you that our preferred source is supporting the people that support us and
Mm-hmm.
going through our retail partners. But I'm blessed that we don't butt heads. Every decision that needs to be made, we see things in the same way, and it's all service first.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, nice.
Dave.
That's awesome, bro. Marvin, you had another question for Dave?
Actually, a two-part question.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I I don't know which one of my guys have tried the next cigar. I don't know if it's the next cigar that you're putting out. I've been privileged and afforded the opportunity to try what would be I think one of the best avows that I've ever had, and it's called
Mm,
the Hollowed Hands.
yeah,
Okay.
Whoa,
yeah.
Um,
Okay.
whoa.
that cigar, fellas, is fucked up, man. It's super good, man. Excuse my language and
Wow.
my perversion, please. It's so good. Um, and I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings because I was gonna smoke it after this cigar if we still going. But uh, and I probably have, I hope I'm not getting Dave in trouble even saying that I even have
No,
it.
no, no.
Um, but can you talk a little bit about that cigar
Hmm.
and the thoughts and ideas behind it, the blend of it? Um, it's incredible. And I know if Matt
Yeah,
is watching, I know Matt's on here. Matt will agree. I think I had my last one and I had it I got it in a couple of different sizes, but that's one question of the hollowed hands because based off of this cigar here, the 1125, and then knowing the whole portfolio, and then for that to be in the future, you should say, right? The future of the
yeah,
brand is like it really just affirms the commitment to excellence that you guys are on the path that you're on, and that's one. And then knowing small batch for so many years of being the home for what I would say very uniquely curated inventory. I think
Mm-hmm.
more
mm,
so than any other online company, you guys' inventory is very unique.
Yeah,
And what's
yeah.
the mindset behind that as well?
yeah, yeah. And going back to the names, I didn't answer your question earlier. I'm really sorry. I blame the Dayquil, but the spirituality. I don't consider myself a religious person anymore. The other guys on the team, they probably would say yes for most of them. But I do consider myself, and I think I consider all of us spiritual people.
Spiritual. Right.
Yeah, and so
Mm-hmm.
the naming nomenclature, it is spiritual in nature, and I feel like, at least for myself, when I was deployed so much, I lost a lot of that. And coming back and seeing the trees and touching your family and like smelling the hair and being part of life again, it was a spiritual thing. And so I can't speak for the rest of them, but I know that we are all spiritual thinkers and we want to connect each other and connect, humans. And being part of this is such a blessing to us because you could spend your time with any cigar. There are hundreds and thousands of amazing blends, but whenever you take the time to spend 90 minutes with an Avowed cigar, I feel like I'm in the same room with you. Even just seeing a picture
Yeah.
on Instagram, I'm like, yes, like I feel connected to you in
Yes.
that way. And I know that's important for the other gentlemen on the team as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I totally forgot the first
Well,
question.
it was the if you can just break
Oh, Hallowed
down
Hands.
the coming soon of the Hollowed Hands and what
Yes,
that's about and
yes.
what how that.
Yeah. So before the end of the year, guys, we are going to have the New Dawn Corona Gorda. And to recap that one, it takes the best, in my mind, of the Robusto Grande and the Toro. You get the creaminess from the Robusto
Ooh.
Grande, and you get like
Okay.
that hitting the ground running intensity of the Toro all together. It's
Mm.
Okay.
all gas, no brakes. That cigar, insanely good,
Nice.
insanely
Well,
good.
damn, Dave. Well, damn, Dave. How can I get my hollow hands on it then?
Well, that was the new Dawn. That was the new Dawn. But you know what? I got you,
Going.
Fred. I got you. I'm going to send you some Grey Cliff. It'll be all right.
There you go.
Got
And then
him.
Hallowed Hands, guys, that is our first Maduro cigar. And
Oh,
this
good.
one, because we look at the portfolio of the Vow, it kind of plays in that medium space. You might say the
Mhm.
629 is like medium or medium minus. The 705 might be like medium plus. The 1125, I think, solid medium. But we don't really have a full-bodied cigar. Awakening on paper has a lot of Lajero in the filler composition. So Awakening should be very, very intense and strong. But we aged it to match that vintage wrapper. We didn't want it to overpower that wrapper. We wanted you to be able to smoke it and say, this, this one is what's up. So the Hallowed Hands expression is going to come in three Vitolas, and it's our first time ever releasing something in threes versus a single or a double. We are also doing our first ever box press with this cigar.
Oh, that's lit.
And
Oh.
That's lit. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
man. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're going to have a Corona Gorda. And this one to me
Look at
is
Marvin's face. Marvin,
spicy.
you just got Marvin
Yeah,
excited as hell.
he knows, man. He knows. This one is spicy cherries cordial to me. It is just, it
Oh.
is
Oh,
you that spice is so rich, but the cherry sensation is right there with it. It's incredible. The Toro, on the other hand, it's funny because I would consider the Corona Gorda the evening version of this. The Toro is more of the brunch version. It's creamier, it's softer, it's a little more approachable, and a lot of that is just due to the extra length in the ring gauge. The Robusto, though, that the Robusto is box pressed, and it's the only one that we box pressed, and we put almost double the amount of Pennsylvania broadleaf in that Robusto. It's a wholly unique experience in the line. Every one of them, though, has a Corojo wrapper, a dark Ecuadorian Corojo wrapper, and Ecuadorian Corojo in the filler. So you can still taste the Corojo. But when you double the PA broadleaf in this cigar, it's,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, it's like a Dominican version of a Padron experience. It's just
Mm.
rich and hearty, and it's like a whole meal in itself. And
wow.
if I were to take something like Booker's and say like which of these would line up with Booker's, it would be the Robusto Box Press. Like I think that one would legitimately hold up to a 60 something proof whiskey,
Or
whereas the
what about
Toro would be
a
more like a 40.
17? So my favorite, and we're gonna get into the whiskeys. I know how much you love to talk about whiskeys. But we're gonna get into pairings, and so I wanted to know. So with this, this cigar, this Hollow Hands, would this be a cigar I could pair with one of my favorites? Is the 1792 small batch?
Ooh, I think so. I think so. Yeah. What's
Mm.
interesting though, I think you could also take the 1125 and
Mm-hmm.
pair it as well. I'm not even joking. This is one of the
Yes.
most versatile pairings that I've ever witnessed.
Yeah.
I love it with coffee. I love it with all different types of beverages. It's crazy.
I'm drinking it with
Damn,
some
I wanted to
Moscato,
get it out the
and
humidor, bro.
Moscato is knocking it
Yeah,
out
this
the
is 120
alcohol.
proof, and it is pairing amazingly with this Stranahan.
Some
Yeah.
Uh,
Moscato, man,
But
and this is
I tell you what, as I'm smoking, I'm still smoking this Awakening, and it's still a fantastic cigar, and it does pair very well with this Angel's Envy that I'm drinking, and so
Ooh, the rye or the bourbon?
this is the straight bourbon.
Ah,
Yep. If you look at this full bottle,
oh man, you still got some work to do.
if you look at that
look,
full.
look, look. I got that much left. I got that much left, and it's about to go in the glass. But yeah, yeah. But yeah, it pairs very well, I want to go to pairings real quick. So I
Mm,
know how much you love you know how much you love your whiskey, and so I,
yeah.
I want to know what is your go to whiskey. What is your go to whiskey?
Ooh, so my daily drivers used to be just Elijah Craig, just the regular run of the mill Elijah Craig. It's just hard to beat. But I love caramels in my whiskey. So then I found the High West bourbon, and that to me, like the nose is a salted caramel, but then you drink it and you're getting like this legit caramel and sometimes this weird banana finish. It's crazy. I don't know, but I love High West bourbon. I love Elijah Craig, but lately, Ashland Distillery, our boy Chris Souza,
Sosa,
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Sosa.
dude. So let me give you a little rundown here. In
Wait, don't
Virginia,
have me go grab a bottle because Sosa. Shout out to Sosa. Sosa
dude,
set me up, bro.
yes,
The 101
yes,
proof. I got the 101 proof.
man, the
Chef's
110,
kiss, bro.
yeah,
Oh my
it's
God,
it's
Chef's kiss.
crazy. Yeah. In Virginia, you go and you do a whiskey tasting, and like you get a flight, or maybe two flights, or three flights, and there might be one glass that you finish, and the rest just kind of sit there. Which is, I mean, I get it. It's like anathema to me as a whiskey lover, like I don't want to leave whiskey sitting, but it's just not up to par. Uh, yeah, Ashland Distillery, everything they make is a banger. It's incredible. And that port barrel finished, I'm normally a sherry cask finished kind of guy. The port barrel finish is stupid good.
It is.
And
It
if
is.
you like caramels, that's caramels for days.
So all right, Dave. So I'm gonna go back because when I like a lot of older whiskeys. When we talk
Mm,
about older whiskeys and older bourbons, right? So my favorite of all time, like my number one go to is Early Times Bottle and Bond.
Ah,
That is my absolute favorite. There is some caramel in there, but there's more chocolate.
yeah,
But
yeah.
and so with that early times, I like for anybody that hasn't tried early times. If you are a drinker, if you're not a drinker, don't touch it. Leave it to me and Dave, Steve and Justin. All right, but but that early times is fantastic. It's fantastic, and I gotta give brownie points to old Granddad 114.
Yeah.
You can't forget old Granddad 114. Now,
Hmm.
if you're
Yeah.
not into like because it is 114 proof, hence the name. But when you like, but it's not it's explosive on the palate, but it's explosive with just nothing but flavor, and it's super
Yeah.
enjoyable. It's a super enjoyable whiskey and bourbon, and it's fantastic. So if anybody has not tried it, it's not expensive either. Like it's
Yeah.
a lot of bourbons that I just named, like they're not expensive. You don't have to. There's some great bourbon whiskeys out there that's not expensive, but taste like they should be a 200 300 bottle, of bourbon whiskey. So it's just fantastic. And then also, I want to send a shout out to Peter because Peter has one of the best collections in the game.
Hmm.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Peter, bro. Shout out to Peter. Peter,
Yeah.
if you're here, if you're listening, we love you, and we also appreciate you for showing us your whiskey collection.
Yeah.
We
Shots for
appreciate you.
Peter. Let's normalize shots for Peter.
Oh yeah, for sure. You already know. You already know, man. So all right, so what do you think? Because all right, so when we talk about speaking of coffee, let me kind of go to the parent of coffee real quick. So I had
Mm,
Vietnamese coffee today.
I love
cool.
Vietnamese coffee.
That shit was good.
Yeah.
And here's
Vietnamese
the thing:
coffee is
Yeah.
they
great.
put brown sugar boba in my coffee, and that opened it up to a whole different fucking level.
Boba.
Fuck
The beads.
Yeah.
yes, it was brown
Hmm.
sugar.
Wow.
But it was brown sugar boba. I was like, bro, what the fuck? I've been missing out, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I've had Brazilian coffee. I've had different types of coffee. That was my first time having Vietnamese coffee, and that shit was fucking amazing. So
Hmm.
I know Marvin loved coffee. So I would like Marvin, like what, bro? What's your favorite go to coffee?
Man, I like Colombian coffee for sure. Um, I usually drink it in the morning, and then I go something stronger like Mexican or Costa Rican. Um, and then Ethiopian. So I drink coffee all freaking day. First off,
Oh
Mhm.
yeah,
yes.
Mhm.
You see right now
yeah.
it's
I was about to say you got coffee
5:30.
right
I'm
now.
I'm in coffee all day. So, um, and I do a lot of fasting. So the coffee, the just straight, no sugar, no milk, nothing while I'm fasting is usually a stronger blend.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Because it gives me that flavor, and then of course with the cigar. Um, but my main go-to would be Colombian in the morning because it's very flavorful but still kind of light.
Yeah,
And then I like Costa Rican and I like Mexican coffee.
Mexican
Where is
coffee.
Yirgacheffe from? Is that its own region or is that like a style that's not region specific?
Ah, man, you know what? I'm lost on that one, Dave. I'm lost on
Man,
you.
I
I'm lost on that one. But you know what? Okay, because I think that's just the way they make it, right? It's like the
I don't
technique.
know.
I thought it was
I
the
know
technique.
I had a friend, a roommate and an office mate in Afghanistan for a while. His name was Vinny. And Vinny, we love you. You're amazing, awesome human being. He would take all these different beans, like Mexican, Colombian,
Hmm.
Yirgacheffe, just
Hmm.
Ethiopian, everything, and he rigged up Raspberry Pis to control various things. So he had a fan that was on its own rig. He had a tumbler on its own rig. He had a heater on its own rig, and he was just
Hmm.
roasting coffee. But I could be like, yo, Vinny, man, can I try these new beans in like, light, medium, and dark roast? And he would
Hmm.
just do it. And so it was such a cool experience. But I don't know about Yirgacheffe if it was its own region or a style, but that was such a cool coffee for me because it was
Yeah.
savory. It
Yes.
was really unique.
That's
So
like
cool.
because
Mhm.
I have that experience, and I've yet to like Fred speaking about the Vietnamese coffee. I've yet to try
Mm,
it, and I've been
it's really
seeing it
good.
Oh,
at my local barista. They have like they're really pushing it right now here, and I've just yet to try it. And I think tomorrow is going to be one of my first things to try.
yeah.
Because I've yet to try.
Do
I'm
it,
like for
bro.
something
Do
about it
it.
scared me. I was like Vietnamese coffee. Okay,
Mm,
that might be. It just sounds strong. It sounds like bruh,
It's
it'll
perfect,
That's good
dog.
curl your
stuff.
toes
It's
up.
perfect.
But so I'm on it, Fred, tomorrow, and I will report back.
Yeah,
Hmm.
But
call me. Hit my line for sure. Let me, because I want to know.
Yeah, we
but
got a
one
four
thing that
spot
I've
up
been
the road, man. And I at least twice a week I got to stop out there and get me a cup.
really
It's good stuff
with the cigar, you
Yeah.
tried it with
with a
cigar.
cigar, with cigars. Yeah.
Okay, say less, say less. I'm on it. But one thing that I love is that and I thought that it was their own coffee, but it's really just the way they make it. Same like with it, and it's might get to a point. It's Armenian coffee.
Mm,
Now,
Mm.
okay.
I'm thinking I'm drinking this and I love it, but it's not. They don't make coffee in Armenia. It's the way they make the coffee.
Like Turkish coffee.
Mm.
Like it's exact and now exactly the same thing, Dave. It's
Yeah.
Turkish and Armenian coffee is the same process, bro. So if you
Yeah.
had Turkish coffee, you basically had Armenian coffee. So they're interchangeable in that way. But yes,
So
Turkish coffee,
how do they make
Armenian
it,
coffee
dog?
is insane, bro.
How
It's
do they make it? Because
insane.
how do they make it? Because I've seen those videos to where it looks like dude is like has like a hot rod over some sand and he's just
Yep.
rubbing it over.
Yeah.
Is that how they do it there?
Yep. 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 And then there's a way that they do it without the sand, which I got a good Armenian friend of mine, also a cigar guy, who's promised to show me how to make it. There's a way they do it in the pot. It's a
Mm-hmm.
certain way they could do it in a pot, but it's they say it's the best when it's over sand.
That shit is
Mm.
crazy, bro. Because I've seen it. I'm like, damn, it looks so exotic. Like, get some
Man, it's
exotic coffee.
good, bro. It's
It's
strong as
great.
shit. It's strong as shit, but
Okay.
it's good.
Yeah.
It's
But if you
super
pair
good.
it with like an AJ blend or Padron, it's gonna
Mm,
knock your socks off. It's
mm-hmm.
incredible.
Yeah.
The only thing is it
Mm-hmm.
leaves a lot of sediment in the bottom, so you're
Mm-hmm.
never gonna finish the
Mm-hmm.
whole glass. You leave the sediment in the
Mm-hmm.
bottom. I
Mm-hmm.
made that mistake
Mm-hmm.
once. It's
Now,
potent.
I will tell y'all this. I'm gonna tell y'all a little story real quick. When I was in college, right? When I was in college, I had a good friend. Of course, he was older than me. Um, he would drink coffee all the time, and I was like, I wasn't really big into coffee at that time. I'm like, bro, I'm 20. Coffee. I wake up with energy. I don't need coffee. So so he, of course, he was one of those guys that was very privileged. His mom and dad had a lot of had a lot of things going for him, and so his mom and dad would get him the most expensive coffee, which is the fruit bat coffee, like come from the
Oh,
fruit bats. And
Yeah.
so he had like literally when I saw the price of this coffee, I'm like, bro, who are you, bro? Like, who are you? And so he had like a full like shelf with nothing but this coffee.
Wow.
And and so he was like, have you ever tried it? I said, no. What is it? Yeah, it's fruit bat coffee. I said, bro, y'all making coffee out of bats? What's going on? And he was like, no, no, no. It's even better, bro. It's not. No, we're not taking the bat, but it's from the bat droppings. I said, fuck, get the fuck out of here. You're drinking bat shit, man. That's what you're doing. He's like, Fred, listen, you gotta try it. And I was like, you know what? I'm open to it. Okay, let me try it. Man, listen. I was like, when I had it, I was like, this is it right here, bro. It's so fruity. Like I
Yeah.
never thought that like fruit and coffee mixed. Cause like growing up, I drank coffee. I drank a little coffee with my granddad. He'll wake up at 4 o'clock every morning before we go, this is what he'll do. He'll get coffee and crackling out of the fridge, and we'll eat crackling and drink coffee. And so, but that, like, I never thought in my mind that you know fruit and coffee will actually mesh together. But it is such a unique, savory, and fruity and sweet coffee. And that shit is
Yeah.
good as fuck. And I'm like, okay, now I see why it's the most expensive coffee. One of the most expensive coffees in the world.
Yeah.
The shit
Yeah.
is
And
good, man.
you can do something similar if you take like a Colombian medium roast and you put it in a French press and you stick it in the fridge. And overnight, you just let it percolate all night long in the cold water and then strain it and pour it in a cup the next morning. You get a lot more of that sweetness from the coffee.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Now have you now has anybody else tried Kevin Gates' coffee? Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
No.
Kevin Gates has coffee now, and we know how animated Kevin Gates is. But I'm not gonna lie. If I'm not mistaken, it is a Colombian roast coffee,
Ah, well,
and
that makes sense.
it's actually not bad though. It's really not bad. It's strong. It is most definitely strong, but it is a good coffee. So I mean, and his story behind it is really it's crazy as shit. But of course, it I wouldn't detach crazy from Kevin Gates at all. I wouldn't.
No.
It's
You
just,
can't.
but he has some really good coffee, and if I'm not mistaken, it's called Folks Coffee.
Huh, cool. I have to
So
try it now.
yeah, bro, you got to try.
I like Colombian coffee.
It's good. It's really good. It's really good.
Yeah, I
So
like that Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee too. I don't know if any of
Hmm.
y'all had that. That's really good. Really good in the morning. It's really good with Dominican tobacco too. Really good. Yeah.
Man,
now
coffee and Dominican
That's
tobacco.
now Dave,
So
do
good.
you pour some bourbon in your coffee? Because I do that. I
I
for sure do
can't.
that.
Dude, I've tried. I don't know why. Even I was in Ireland at the airport,
Yeah,
and they have like this Irish coffee thing, and they brown sugar. What we call it with the flames. They
yeah.
they brown the brown sugar. I don't know, but they do the
They,
whole thing, and I don't know. Whiskey to me, it needs to just be in a glass. I can't combine the two.
yeah.
I understand, bro. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like when it gets cold outside, this one thing I do. All right, so I'm really heavy with my whiskey, especially when it gets cold outside. And
Mm.
I have, he said, bourbon and Fred, you need help, bro. Listen, hey, don't knock it till you try it. Cause look, I put it in my hot chocolate too. So leave me alone, Peter. Leave me alone. All right, it's good as shit. Now I will say, now it will take you there quicker than normal. But it's
Mhm.
okay because you're smoking a cigar. You at home. It does not fucking matter at that point.
Yeah,
You're gonna
that's
have
true.
fun. But it is good though. It is very good. Very
Dave, I
good.
got a question, brother.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
and it's what I'd love to know from everybody. It's a question I ask: is how many cigars do you smoke a day?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So Sundays I don't really smoke usually, unless we're having like brunch and a lot of people over, and I want to introduce them to something they may not have tried yet.
Uh,
But Monday through Saturday, I'd say minimum four, max eight. Probably five or six is the average with some outliers.
wow, 8.
Yeah.
But
Hey
sometimes,
man.
they're little guys. Sometimes they're like petite robustos or coronas, and yeah. And sometimes it's
I'm
for
on
work.
average 3 or
Sometimes
4.
it's not pleasure.
Mhm.
Yeah. Bro, you know what, Marv? That made me think about, bro. I remember like first starting cigar reviews, bro. I would sit out in the back porch and all day I'm smoking cigars, reviewing cigars. I would smoke at least about 10 to 11 to 12 cigars.
Oh wow.
No,
Dang.
seriously. And but see, and I was like, I'm like, I would drink some Topo Chico, so I cleanse my palate, so I'll be ready for the next one. Like it's not like as soon as I put this one down, I'll pick up another one, and I'll put maybe about 30 minutes, maybe 30 minutes or so into it, while I'm drinking the Topo Chico. But man, I've calmed down a lot, but shit, man, I, bro, I would listen. I was puffing cigars, man, and but I was enjoying myself and just putting out any type of content I could. So I
Yeah.
Do
think
you
that's important
guys?
too.
I'm sorry.
No, good, good.
Good.
Do you guys find that the more you smoke, that your taste becomes diminished? Is that why, Marvin, you stick to three or four, or is it just because of time?
For me, it's time, but I don't.
Mm.
Yeah, for me, it's time. It's not really like a taste thing, like a yeah, because like Fred said, like I can clean the palate fairly easy. It's
Mhm.
just time. Like if I could, like, well, don't get me wrong. If I'm on vacation or whatever, I'm I tend to smoke a lot more. I can get to
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
six or seven, um, and then if I'm working, like if I'm on location in a
Mm.
place and of course while I'm working I don't smoke, but after work or on my days off, oh there you go.
Mm.
On my
Yeah.
days off I will smoke a lot more. Like I can get up to, on average five if I'm on location somewhere, because I'm usually like I'm either at the hotel or I'm sitting in a lounge somewhere and I'm just smoking until I can't smoke anymore, until there's just no more oxygen in my brain. Um, but yeah, like that's the thing. When I'm at home though, and there's like daddy duties and volleyball and running, I only really got time. Like I try to do morning, afternoon, evening,
Mm.
Yeah.
and then when I'm fasting, I may smoke a lot more too, because I need to taste something. Like I'm not
Yeah,
eating for
yeah,
days,
yeah.
Yeah.
so I gotta taste something. So the coffee and the cigars is a thing. Um, Dave, I got another question I want to ask you too, in the smoking realm of having a brand like Avowed, which is putting out just stellar product, and
Bangers.
then being a part of, one of the biggest, if not the biggest online boutique outlet. Like, what if besides Avowed, what are your go-to every day, or now I'm sure with the brand is you're smoking a lot of Avowed stuff, but
Yeah.
before the Avowed stuff, because I used to watch your videos and you would always like review this or
Mm-hmm.
do content
Same.
on this or that. Like, what are your like favorites? And I won't say overall, but like within the last 2 years, year or 2 years.
Yeah, yeah. And this goes back to your earlier question that again I totally did not answer, and I'm so sorry. But one of our core tenets of small batch is to, champion the small batch guys. And sometimes we're the first major place to get some of these brands. Sometimes we're not, and that's okay. But we always want to champion these guys because they put in the work, they put in the time, and everybody just needs a launching point. And sometimes it's us, sometimes other people. But if we can help in any way, we love the cigar community and we love the people that are putting, everything on the line every day to make it happen. And part of that support also is knowing how hard it is to have a brand. And we knew it even before starting Avowed. Like there's a lot of things happening, and it's a very capital intensive business, and sometimes you make the wrong bet and it gets crunch time and everything gets really tight really fast. We've seen a lot of brands that were doing amazing things that for whatever reason a few years in they weren't able to keep continuing, or they had to dial it back or restructure all these things. So we want to
Mhm.
support these guys because being a small boutique or small batch brand is important. You're able to pivot, you're able to follow trends quickly. And it's not to take anything away from the legacy makers, the guys that are making a lot of stuff, because as we've seen, especially since COVID, they can also do really cool, limited, small batch projects. But
Right.
like on
Mm-hmm.
the Avowed side, we're able to take those last four bales of that hybrid wrapper for Awakening that was grown and harvested last in 2015. We're able to use that. The reason it was still there for so long is because it's hard to only use four bales of a wrapper. Like if once you
Yeah.
get to a
Mm-hmm.
big enough umbrella, you have to satisfy everybody. So the small batch guys, they are industry leading, they are trend setting, they are following patterns and doing things that it's really hard to do it at a large scale, and we want to support that. We want to keep that happening in our industry. And it's the same deal with like lounges. We want to support lounges because they are fostering the cigar community, and we don't do a whole lot of support in that way for lounges, but like lip service And I hate to say that because I wish we could do more, but we want to put that out there all the time. Support your local lounges. Also, support your smaller brands because it's hard. It is very hard. And we want them to keep doing it day in and day out and reward them for the service it took to get to that point. But some of the brands that I love, I mean, I love a lot of the staples. I have to try everything new from Warped. You know, Kyle's my dude. I
Oh
love what he
man,
does.
yes,
If he
sir.
works with anything in the medium or medium minus space, it's phenomenal. I love the layers of complexity that he can pull out of blends.
Cloud
Patina.
Hopper.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
I
Cloud
love the cloud.
Hopper.
I love the
Yeah.
cloud hoppers, bro. Like that.
Yeah.
That's really how I got put on with Warped, trying the
Mm,
cloud hopper, and then after that, it moved on to even more like the Don Ronaldo. I know a lot of some
mm.
people shit on the Don Ronaldo, but the OG,
Whoa.
yeah, the OG
Yeah.
Don Ronaldo is my
Yeah.
favorite. It's my
Hmm.
favorite.
Yeah. Was that the
Yeah.
Coronas Deluxe? Oh
Hmm.
man, that was good. The Regalos is also super good. Yeah,
Yeah,
Don Ronaldo is a sick, sick blend. It is. And La Comina still does a lot of work.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, it does.
that
The
Texas
O,
Yeah.
listen,
espresso
the
is magical,
OGs,
man.
the
That's
OGs
one of
are
my favorite warps right there, the La Camina.
the OG La
Yeah.
Cominas are they age so well.
The
The
Hmm.
Armano,
yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
And then Patina, Mo Malley. It's funny because when we were
Mm.
talking about the verdigris, the Patina and Viso Horny collaboration, like I
Right.
grew up with these guys, you know?
Chinchale. There you go, Peter.
Yeah. Ten Charlie, Peter.
I gotta
Oh
agree with
Absolutely.
man.
Peter, man. That chinchilla it does not do it for me. I've tried it so many times.
Bro, I love the chinchale. I know Steven don't like it. I know Peter does
Mm-mm.
not like it.
I
I
like it,
fucking
man.
love the
I like
chinchale.
it.
The
I
chinchale
like
is
it.
Yeah.
fantastic, bro.
It's
I
supposed to
like
be
it.
discontinued, then, bro. So
Are they really? I've only smoked the
My
original
heart.
release. Dang. Dang.
My heart.
But Mo and I and Tyler, we all grew up together. You know, we did a
What?
podcast back in
oh
the day. Yeah, and so
We had Mo
Mo
on the
dang,
show,
Drew,
bro.
did
We
you
had
really?
yeah.
yeah,
Oh
we
man.
had yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So Mo and Drew and Rich, they had a podcast called The Sultans of Smoke. And it was
Okay.
Mo and Drew at first, and then Rich came on as a staple. And then I was never really a staple, but I'd come in and out. And for maybe a year, as like maybe twice a month or something, I would join them. But I mean, we all grew up together in that 2015, 2016 era. And then Mo launched Patina, and I've always supported Patina.
Yeah.
Mombacho made them at first, and they
Yeah,
were
Mombacho.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And dude, that Connecticut Churchill is stupid good. The new Oro de Nicaragua, insanely good. The
Yeah.
Oh man.
Maduro, guys, don't sleep on the Maduro. I think the last import was like 2022 or 2023. They are aging phenomenally well. So good. The Sumatra, if you want like a sweeter Sumatra experience without the
Mm-hmm.
spices.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
his Sumatras are really, really good.
Yeah.
And
mhm.
like man, and listen, it was like and like when we had him on the show, bro, like it's so cool talking to just so like like yourself, just down to earth, willing to talk to anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
Mhm.
like not to come on the show and be a robot. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
And because
Yeah.
that's like what is it? This is for us to get to know you and who you
Yeah.
are, your
Exactly.
passion behind this, and that's what it's for.
Exactly.
And people like Mo,
Yeah.
man, Mo, and like we're gonna have him back, like because he wants to come
Yeah.
back. Bro, he sent
Yeah.
me a message like, "Hey, Fred, man, listen, whenever you want me to come back, I want to come back." So I'm like, "Hey, for sure, you're welcome back anytime." And like, man, Mo is he's so cool and down to earth, and then
Yeah.
just to have someone that's behind the brand and the type of person that he is, that just
Yeah.
he's a stand-up guy.
He is, and I love how he doesn't pull his punches. I think the red pill announcement, he said, for all the comedians out there, this is not AI
Yep.
generated.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's so great, man. Yeah, great dude, and I love Mo because he never compromises. he's going to do what he's going to do, and if he can't pull it off the way he wants to, he's like, no, we're not pursuing that. Even like this Viso collaboration, it was 3,000 cigars.
Hmm.
I mean, I know that it's expensive. It's hard to put all that effort into just 3,000 cigars. I mean, A, your
Yeah.
cost is more, it's increasing versus a 10 or 20,000 cigar run. B, you have to make bands for it. You have to like all the artwork, all these things. It's a lot of time invested for a short run experience. But they did it, and I love that. Like they just, yeah, I love people that are committed to certain values and they tackle it and do what they do. And that's
Yeah.
also why Som will forever be up there in my list of brands I champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vlad is
Love
an awesome
some.
guy,
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
he makes
man.
incredible cigars.
Yeah.
it
Man,
is
some
phenomenal.
actually
Oh,
does make
love
some
that
really,
thing.
really good cigars, man. And I've been hearing like
Hmm.
he's been super cool. I shot him a message as well to get him on the show as well. It'll be really cool to talk to him as well, and
Yeah,
pick his brain on some stuff because I heard he's like he's so open minded when it comes to cigars
yeah,
and just life period, and so
yeah,
that shit is cool
Great
as fuck
guy.
to me.
Great
yeah.
freaking guy.
Yeah,
He's
man.
always experimenting, and I wish I was really good at like impersonations, but I can't do it. But Vlad has this way of romanticizing everything. So he'll look at you and he'll be like explaining something. And he'll be like, you should always be flirting with your cigar going out. And he'll romanticize it in a way that you're like, oh damn, okay, that's a really neat way to say like you don't want it to burn too hot because then it becomes bitter. So you want to be
Yeah.
right on the verge of it becoming extinguished, and you give it a little bit of life. And you just kind of
Yeah.
tease it back and forth. But he's got such great analogies for things. It's awesome.
That's awesome as hell, man. Yeah, that make me
Yeah.
even more excited to get him on, man. Talk to him for sure.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. He's a super nerd. I love
yeah,
it. In the best of way. I consider myself a nerd too. Like I love people that are passionate and they explore anything to its fullest depth. It's
yeah.
Yeah,
so cool.
Rob.
Oh man, shout out to Rob, man. Rob said streaming you guys
Mm.
while guitar while you must be playing the guitar at a wedding reception. Looking forward to smoking one of my Chamali cigars tomorrow. Small batch. Hey,
Heck yeah.
that's
All
a
right.
bet, bro. That's a bet.
Attaboy, Rob.
Yeah, yeah, Rob. Rob,
Are there
man.
any
Listen, if you don't have no Avowed, make sure you grab some before they
Mm.
all
are there
gone.
any leaves that you like tried that you haven't worked with yet that you're looking forward to trying to incorporate into your blends?
Oh
Mm.
man, dude. Yes. Yes and yes and yes. I mean, realistically, we haven't tapped the whole spectrum of tobacco. We haven't really worked with any Honduran tobacco, Costa Rican tobacco, Peruvian tobacco. We started experimenting with Nicaraguan tobacco the last trip. And we have something pretty cool in the works for that, which will probably debut next year. Um, this was our first foray into Brazilian Cubra tobacco. So we are
Okay.
we are really like Eminem said, like compare me to your car. We're just getting started. Like
Yeah.
we are
Yeah.
on the precipice of great things, but we haven't opened all the doors yet. The whole
Whoa, whoa, Peter.
world is our oyster.
Hey, Dave, what Peter talking about, man?
Dang, authentic Cameroon.
Mm.
Yeah, that'd be exciting.
Be nice.
That would be exciting. Yeah.
Man, that for sure. Because I'm a huge fan of Brazilian Matafina tobacco. I'm a huge
Mm,
fan of Brazilian Matafina. So since you guys, so you said the 1125 has Brazilian in it as well.
that's right. Yeah, Kubra.
So all right, so it has Kubra. So any chance that maybe some Matafina will be thrown in sometime in the future?
Maybe. I think for our next Brazilian foray is going to be Arapiraca, and
Okay,
Okay,
we
not mad at
we
that.
tried. Yeah, we tried lots of different things, and as a burrito for me, when I smoke it, it dries my mouth out. I love the sweetness, I love the intensity, but it just kind of really sucked all the moisture out of my mouth.
Hmm.
But when you take it from a wrapper and you swap it in as a binder, you get all the flavor notes, all the characteristics, but it
Mhm.
doesn't dry your mouth out.
Right.
So yeah, our next foray will probably be Arapiraca,
Okay.
That's a bet,
and
man. I look
yeah,
forward to that.
Montefina. I haven't tried. Maybe one day.
Hey man, listen, I'm a sucker for Brazilian Matafina. It's like
Yeah,
to me, it's like a caramelized gingerbread cookie with brown sugar, with
Mm,
some chocolate on it, and you put it inside of a Starbucks coffee cup or something.
yeah,
That's kind of
yeah.
what it reminds me of, and it's just it's really really good tobacco, and I enjoy it a lot. I enjoy it a lot. So yeah.
It's funny, man. There are so many of these tobaccos that they work exceptionally well in a blend, but on their own, it's hard to see what's up. Like for me personally, San Andreas tobacco. I've smoked so many cigars wrapped with that I love. But when I smoke the San Andreas tobacco that I've got access to, or Class has access to, it's not my favorite. It has a funk to it. It reminds me of, like, it has a residual on the roof of my palate.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the flavor of blue cheese, but it leaves this lingering impression on my palate.
Hmm.
It's so interesting. But there's so many of those things that, yeah, like you may love a certain tobacco in a blend, but you try it on its own, you're like, I don't know. And
Yeah.
some of that might be like onions, like on its own, it doesn't do a lot, but it's a force multiplier in a
Yeah.
Yeah.
dish.
And I'm and speaking of like Mexican San Andreas tobacco, man, I've had quite a bit of Mexican San Andreas tobacco, and I've had it in some cigars where it's just when it's blended correctly, it's fantastic. But I've also had it in some cigars to where it's like it made me feel like I decided to French kiss the shit out of a mud puddle, and you get what I'm saying. So I've
Mm-hmm.
been down that road with Mexican San Andreas before too. So I
Yeah.
think so I totally get what you're saying. Like just smoking it by itself. Like
Mm-hmm.
I remember that I don't well I doubt that that they still do this, but when Aganorsa had the little pack where you can smoke the individual leaf, and it was like the
Mm,
Corojo and Criollo. I think it was Criollo 99 or Criollo 98. I can't remember. But you had the chance to really taste the tobacco separately before,
yeah,
and they actually did put a cigar out that had the three blends put together. So that was really interesting. I think that would really be cool to see a lot more. I know it may be I know a stretch to do this, but it's kind of cool to where you're able to taste the wrapper, the binder, and the filler individually to see,
yeah,
so and I think that's also another way of how you can build your palate up as well.
Mm-hmm.
Tasting these tobaccos individually to where you know exactly what this tastes like outside of the blend, if versus when it's combined with other tobaccos. I think that'd
yeah,
be pretty cool to see, brands, if it ever happens, to see other brands open up to where they, for a certain group or whatever, you get a chance to experience, like, just say the New Dawn, right? Wrapper, binder, filler. You can smoke each and each one individually. It's
yeah.
what I'm saying. I think that'll be pretty dope to see. I thought that was a really dope experience for me.
Yeah, dude, I totally agree with you. And New Dawn would be a great option for that because it's a three filler composition cigar. It doesn't
Hmm.
have six different fillers in it. And I mean, realistically, every tobacco in the New Dawn filler composition is a Kellner staple. Your San Vicente, your Piloto Cubano, your Criollo 98. It's
Yeah.
San Vicente, the Kellner family loves because it makes your mouth gush. It makes your cheeks water instantly.
Yeah.
And it has a lot of sweetness. Piloto Cubano is great because it's dense, it's chewy, and it takes
Hmm.
it more towards the back of the palate. And then Criollo 98 has those noble baking spices, as Class would call it. Instead of
Mm-hmm.
like your red pepper or whatnot from Nicaraguan tobaccos, you get those cinnamons and nutmegs and the warm baking spices, and Criollo 98 is probably one of my favorite like Puritos on its own. It's
Mm-hmm.
insane. That and Condega from Nicaragua is
Yeah.
superb. Perfectly balanced on its own. I could smoke that all day. Class was joking last time. He was like, I'm just gonna send you a bale of Criollo 98 and you can just roll it up and smoke it all day. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
incredible.
And
But
to me, a lot of tobacco that doesn't get a lot of love, but it's really, really good. Like when you have a really good Honduran puro, and I know
Mm,
a lot of places don't do it often. I know I remember when Aladino came out with their Honduran Puro, and that
hmm.
cigar was no less than perfect. That cigar was absolutely amazing.
Was that the Reserva? The
Yeah,
Aladino Reserva? Yeah.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that
The
cigar
Pitarino
was
seed.
so
Yeah.
fucking good, man.
Yeah.
I think Honduran really gets it. Like for some people, like I didn't really. Well, why didn't you like it? I want to know. I really want to know
Yeah.
because when like for me, like when tasting Honduran tobacco, it's more of that. I get more of that nutty that brown sugar nuttiness, like butter toast type of feel. It is
Mm,
more that almond, that sweet almond. Like you put almond
hmm.
inside of like sugar water type. That's kind of how
Hmm.
it's just that type of feel that it gives me, and I think it's really underappreciated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it
Yeah.
has an oiliness to it. A lot of all that tobaccos from Honduras. Yeah, they just coat your palate in oils. It's really neat. And the Aladino family, I mean, we got to give a lot of props to these guys because they're continuously the Aroa family. Sorry, they're continuously innovating. I mean,
Hmm.
the Cameroon, the JRE Aladino Cameroon, that's a Honduran Puro.
Yes, sir.
Cameroon
Mm-hmm.
tobacco grown in Honduras. That's so cool. So cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that
They
family
definitely do the
is
Honduran
neat.
right.
They do. They do.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And
Because
when
usually
you're
with,
at
go
PCA, the
ahead.
girls are super nice, man.
Yeah.
Super nice.
Yeah. Because I think
Man,
what
we
turns a
got to go to
lot of
PCA.
people away, you know, a lot of times with Honduran, with different blends, when you get those puros, they have a earthy, kind of gritty taste to them. But it's just something about when Aladino does it, it doesn't have that. It's smooth, it's creamy. You don't get much
Mm-hmm.
earth. It's real nice, real nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't toured the factory, but I remember hearing they had some kind of agricultural I don't know, certification. But at a lot of factories, when they're rehydrating the tobacco, they will use like misters. And I remember when I saw
Yeah.
AJ's, he had the tobacco hanging, and it had not ionizers, but I forget that way that you get the moisture in the air without necessarily like big water droplets. It's small water droplets. And that to me was so
Okay.
cool because human hands weren't touching it. They used gloves. They didn't want their oils from their fingers on the tobaccos. Um, from what I remember, the Aroa family for JRE and Aladino, they have a completely different setup, and it's just like I think a wheel, and it's running it through this like moisture in a slow way, turning around. But like they're just constantly innovating all the time, making really cool stuff happen.
Wow.
Yeah, I've heard that, man. I heard they got a lot of they're always experimenting with shit,
Hmm.
and I think that's what that's what makes a brand thrive. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing exactly like what else can we do to this to make this better. Let's go back to the drawing board. What tweaks do we need to make with this, and what do we need to do with that?
Yeah,
That to me, that's ideal of what makes a brand thrive, in my opinion.
totally, totally. And you see
Mhm.
like when they did Nicaraguan broadleaf or when they did Nicaraguan Connecticut shade for the first time. The Aroa family doing Cameroon seed in Honduras. They will take San Andreas from Mexico and grow it in the DR. I mean, there's just awesome stuff happening, but it takes a lot of these families that are well established to take the chance and experiment with something like that.
Yeah,
And we're all thankful for them because they lead the way.
hell yeah, man. Well, listen, Dave. Listen, man. We had 2 hours and 3 minutes. We normally stop at 2 hours, but listen, man, bro. Listen, this has been an awesome show. We really appreciate you joining us, man. You are more than welcome to
Sure.
come back anytime, anytime,
Yes.
man. Just listen, just hit me up and let me know. Hey, Fred, I want to come. All right, come on.
That sounds good, guys. I've had a blast. Thank you for listening to me ramble incoherently for two
We
No, you're
appreciate
good,
hours.
you,
man.
man.
Oh, it
You're
was great,
good.
brother. It
This
was
Nah,
is
this is
great.
great.
Appreciate you,
great.
man.
This is awesome, man. This was so awesome. Before we get off, we one thing we like to do is go around and ask each other how we're doing mentally. As men, I think that is that's what we need as far as
Mm.
men, as comfort for one another and make sure that everybody's good. So I'm gonna ask. We're gonna start with you, Dave. How are you
Mm.
doing mentally, physically, emotionally? How are you?
Man, I'm doing okay right now. I'm doing all right. I I went and I got my testosterone levels checked,
Mm-hmm.
and I was low. And I figured I was probably low for about a year or two because I could feel it emotionally, mentally, focus, energy, everything. But when I started TRT injections, and I'm on like the smallest possible dose, it's almost laughable. But after about, I don't know, 10 to 15 days, I started realizing how fucked up I actually was before that because all the noise went away and I'm able to sit down and focus and I'm no longer fighting myself to be able to do the things I got to do. It's natural and it's like I didn't know I was carrying around 100-pound vest the whole time, you know,
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
so just
yeah.
for the mental health awareness thing, if you feel like something's wrong, go get tested because
yeah,
it's been
Yeah.
a game changer the last 2 weeks.
man, that's awesome,
Nice,
bro. That's
nice,
awesome.
bro.
That's
Nice.
awesome. And I mean, a
Absolutely.
lot of issues that some guys like they feel lower than normal. I mean, it could be your testosterone levels. It's we're
Yeah.
getting older. So a lot of things go down. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you got to get checked. You got to get checked, man.
Yeah. And it's
Justin.
especially
Absolutely.
important.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry.
oh no, no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, Dave, go ahead.
I'm sorry, guys. I was just going to say it's especially important for veterans because I didn't know this before, but
Mm-hmm.
a lot of testosterone levels being low is from TBIs, traumatic brain injuries over time. So, yeah, if
Mm-hmm.
you're a veteran out there and you're feeling funky, definitely get checked.
For sure,
Nice,
Yeah.
man. Hell yeah.
nice.
Justin, how are you doing, brother?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm blessed. I healed from a surgery well. Like I said, I got nothing to complain about, man. Blessed to see another day. Blessed to fight another fight. That's all I need. My mom used to
Yeah.
always say, Rome wasn't built in a day. And if you breathe, then it can get better. So
Yes, sir.
whatever it is, you just got to make the right steps to continue making the progress toward whatever it is you got going on. And
Yeah.
like you were
There you
saying
go.
about the gauges, I like to tell all my homeboys, go get them gauges checked, man. You drive that car every day.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like getting in there looking at the gas hand, looking at oil, transmission, anything. You are
Yeah.
the car,
Yeah.
value it. But the
Facts.
family's good, the wife's good, the kids good. I can't ask for much more, man. I can't.
There you go.
I'm
There you
good,
go.
brother.
Hey man, listen, you ain't said nothing slicker to the can of oil. You understand me? Brother Marvin. And first, Marvin, before you go, man, listen, bro. I want to tell you something. Man, we love you, dog, and we appreciate you for what you do,
Love
man.
y'all, man.
Yes,
Like
Love
sir.
y'all.
Absolutely, man.
it's
Yes,
man.
sir.
Anytime, cause like we know how busy you are, and with everything that you got going on, but we appreciate you taking out the time and still coming hanging with the fellas, dog. It's man,
Yeah,
we
man.
love having you on here, and we're proud of
Definitely.
you. We are proud as fuck of you,
Hell
boy,
yeah.
man. Hey man, you out here
Hell
doing your
Absolutely,
thing.
brother.
You out here
Thank you.
doing
Absolutely.
your thing, dog.
Thank you.
And man, we appreciate you, bro. Like
Thank you. I
keep that
appreciate
shit
y'all,
going.
man.
Yes, sir.
We got your back 100%, G.
Yes, sir.
So
I
keep
do
that
know
shit
that.
going, man.
Thank you, man. Um, I appreciate those words, man. They're very generous and heartfelt, brother, and I feel them right here in my heart, 100,000%. Fred. Thank you, man. I'm feeling very blessed, and I'm in a things get really noisy in life for us all, and the life that I live, which is it's abnormally public, I think, and demanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've spent a majority of my time um, in what I like to call monk mode, where I do a lot of introspective and inner work, shadow work as we call it, and sometimes even in that time, I feel very overwhelmed by just things going on around me and trying to balance career and family and friendship and brotherhood. But when I do feel overwhelmed, what I do is I try to fast. I think I mentioned fasting a little bit. earlier, and I'm in a process of a 7 day. It's the longest fast I've ever done. I'll do 24 hours, 48 hours, 36 hours, 72 hours more extensive. But right now I'm doing a 7 day fast, and this is day 5 of that fast, and it's one of the best things for my mental and spiritual, emotional, and even physical um, health that I've ever discovered. And like I say, right now I'm feeling very very clear. Um, Fasting allows me to quiet the noise and clear the body and clear the mind. And I'm very grateful. I'm grateful for um, all the things happening in my life. I'm grateful for the friendships like you guys, the friends like you guys, and the brotherhood that I've established at close, which my circle at close is small, and then in the perimeter, which is very large. I'm very thankful and grateful. So that's where I like to stay, man.
Yeah.
I like to
Nice,
be, man.
man.
100, man. Definitely.
At 100, man. I the Rob said I didn't
100.
realize that was Marvin without the beard. They watched on the phone, not close enough until
I
he
know,
in public life.
I know, I know, I know.
Hey man, well, I mean Marvin, for those, can we tell him can we tell him what you're doing?
Well, it's pretty public now. Yeah, you
Well,
can
yeah,
tell them. Yeah,
yeah,
it's pretty
yeah,
public now. So
yeah,
yeah, you
man.
can
So
tell them,
listen,
man.
if y'all don't know, man, Marvin got the role of Tombstone.
Yeah,
Hey man, my guy, hey, listen, super villain of the year. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Let's
Yes,
go, man.
sir.
Hey,
I can't
Hey,
wait for the
don't, hey,
world to
don't.
see what we came. Well, I didn't. I say we because I'm in it, but the team on the project put together just it's unbelievable, guys. The shout out to the hair and makeup and I can't even go into it how many people are involved in developing this character, but I'm super excited for the world to see the actualization and live action form of this character, man. It's
Don't too many
unbelievable.
people know about Tombstone though, man.
yeah, unless
Yeah.
Tomb,
like now,
you
unless
gotta
they
be,
read the comic books.
yeah, the comic
You know
Yeah,
what
book,
I'm
bro.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tombstone didn't get a lot of light, but he's about to come to light now.
yeah, man.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm super excited about it, man.
Yeah, man. Tombstone was a
Yeah, man.
badass, bro.
Hey, he
Listen, let me tell you
was,
Yeah,
he
something.
was,
If
yeah,
you
bro.
read them comic books, listen, Tombstone didn't play no shit, man.
Yes,
Hey,
yeah,
sir. One of them ones,
Tombstone.
definitely.
yeah,
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 yeah.
Hence the name, Tombstone. Hence the
yeah.
name.
Yes, sir. And if you go deep into the comics, what I've discovered is you know he yeah just him. He has a love for cigars, which I think is a great omen
Oh
for
man,
Yeah,
yeah,
buddy.
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
it's a great omen.
Yeah.
And right down your
But I
alley,
can't smoke
brother.
them. They won't let me smoke them on camera. But
Ah.
it 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 it
Ah.
It's
it, it,
all
it
good.
fuels the energy that I bring to the character for sure.
Yeah, hey, I feel it.
For
Yeah, for
sure.
For
sure.
sure. For
Hey,
sure.
Tombstone gonna have an extra pep in this stuff since y'all don't let me smoke on camera. You got no.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's go, brother.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. All right,
Yeah.
Steve. How you doing, man?
And doing good, man. Like I said, nothing to complain about. I told you, last time I was on here, took a little bit of hit with all this, government crap, but like I said we still haven't missed a step. It's good. My son was worried about it. He was like, hey, I heard this was going on and blah 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 blah. I'm like, have you felt any difference? He was like, nope. I was like, okay, that's gonna change. It's always gonna be the same, bro. So so I'm blessed to be in the position that I am that it didn't make any difference pretty much any at all. But yeah, but we're doing good. The family's doing good. Son, he's a huge Spider-Man fan. So when I told him about that, he was like, "Oh my God, you guys are gonna be famous." I'm like,
You
"No."
need
I'm
to
like, "It doesn't work like that. It don't work like that." I was like, "No, we have a friend on our show. He is, but he can shout you guys out." I was like, "No, no, no. It does not work like that, bro." Like, but yeah, so he's excited, and he knew about the character from the Into the Spider-Verse because it's like one of his favorite movies. So yeah, he is like super hyped. I'm like, okay, but yeah.
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 But yeah, we'll definitely
Nice,
appreciate you being
nice.
on too, Dave, man. Because yeah, I probably spend way too much money on small batch, but
It's
Yeah,
good.
hey, yeah.
Man, smile baby, tearing my little wallet up, man.
It's
Hey.
rolling out direct deposit soon. Don't worry. You can
There
just
you
have it sent over.
go.
Solidarity, brother.
Nice, nice. Yes,
All right,
sir.
L Boogie, man, how you doing, man? Mentally,
Hey,
physically, emotionally.
hey, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. Staying positive, staying positive, man. Keeping that
For sure.
positivity flowing. It's funny because I was always taught, man, you can debt any situation with a little bit of positivity, man. You
Yeah,
can you can have two dogs just sitting here just going at it, but just spread a little positivity, man. You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed.
yeah,
So
Yeah, man.
I'm keeping that up, man. Keeping my head level, and ain't nothing to complain about, man. My granddad always taught me, hey, what you complaining for? Nobody want to hear. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Hey.
yeah, so
Hey.
so then keep swinging, man. Keep swinging. If it's bad right now, it's bound to get better, man. So
yeah,
just keep at it. Just keep at it,
yeah,
man. And
for sure.
I'm great. I'm great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Blessed and highly favored. Yes,
for sure,
sir.
That's
for
what's
sure,
up, man.
for sure, man.
Yes, sir.
And I
Yes,
like to
Um,
sir.
I like to tell folks too, man, just piggyback off of that. Live life as much as you can, as long as you can.
Yep.
for
Matthew
sure.
McConaughey said, do not make up fake scenarios because the real shit is coming.
Yep.
Understand.
Yep. Yep.
Enjoy every step of this. This is
Mm-hmm.
your journey. Every chapter, this is your book.
Yeah,
You're
Yep.
the author. So
Yeah,
enjoy it,
bro.
man. Live it and enjoy it. Live it and
There you
enjoy it.
go. There you
hell
go,
yeah, man.
brother. There you go, brother.
It's wise.
Um, for me, bro, I'm gonna be honest. For mentally, I'm alright. I'm alright. Could be better, but of course, you know what I'm saying. It's life, and so we go through life, one step at a time. I'm super excited for just the future of the show, the way that the show is going right now. Been working hard with this, man, trying to make sure that that we continue, that we keep it going, because this is such a good thing. I look forward to hopping on here, you know, talking some shit with the fellas, and just having moments like this where it's super
Mhm.
important um, in the world today. You know what I'm saying? So of course, my wife and I, we had our fourth child. Fourth child just got here last week.
For sure.
Um,
Congratulations.
For
yeah,
Ooh,
sure.
yeah,
brother.
for that. Yeah, listen, Dave,
Oh,
listen. I'm about to be neutered in January. Okay, I'm getting neutered. Okay, I'm coming to the dark side.
Yep.
Don't touch
I'm
it before
officially,
then.
yeah,
Don't touch it before
I'm
then,
getting
bro.
neutered, man. So, but listen, the wife is good. The kids are good. My mom and my dad, they'll be married for 30 years this year. I'm proud of them. It's just a blessing to be around people who see the vision of where even with the guys that I'm on the show with, to see the vision of where we plan on this show going, and that gives me even more motivation to to make sure that that we keep this shit going, because I love every bit of it, and this is amazing to have good brothers on here, to have good people that you can just sit up and have a great conversation with a good cigar, and just have that moment. Just have 2 hours out of your day. You know what I'm saying? Just come and just chill. No matter how your day went, man, just come chill. You know what I mean? That's what this
Yeah.
is for. And so I appreciate everybody who has supported, who continues to come in, after week by week. We're 7 months in to the show. 7 months in. So we getting
Let's
close
go.
to a year.
Yeah.
And it's just blessings on blessings, man. Dave, you're a part of that family. You're a part of the Avengers crew. We
Oh man,
appreciate you.
guys, thank
Yeah.
you, thank you. This
We
has been a
appreciate you.
blast. You
And
guys are the
Yes,
best. This was
sir.
church
yeah,
right
man,
here.
like
This was
man,
church.
listen,
There
we
you
we
go.
What's
we
up?
we love having you on here, man. Again, and you're more than welcome to come back anytime,
All right,
anytime, brother,
I'm
anytime.
gonna
You're more
take
than
you up
welcome
on
to
that.
come back.
Take you up on it.
So,
Yes,
Hopefully we get you
sir.
and Mo on the show at one time. That'd
oh
be great.
yeah, for sure.
Ooh,
Listen, because
Yeah,
yeah.
that'll be a
listen, I'm
show.
telling you.
That-
All right, so we can go ahead and set this up. Well, we'll set this up when after the show. We'll set
Okay.
that up
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
for you and Mo to come. Cause I think that should be hilarious.
Yeah.
Yep.
That should be
I'm
fucking
in.
hilarious.
I'm in. Yeah, this sounds amazing, guys. Each and every one of you, I'm sorry if I stepped on some toes, I talked over somebody or
You
missed a
good.
question.
Nah, man.
You guys
No,
you're
no,
outstanding.
Hold
No,
on. Y'all hold on
no.
real quick. Y'all go ahead. Hold on real quick.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
just
brother.
want to
you,
say thank you.
No, you've been
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Thank you,
yeah,
man.
it's been great,
Thank
man.
you.
An honor and a
Yeah,
privilege, brother.
Oh
yeah,
Yes,
no, the pleasure
sir.
is all mine, guys.
for
Y'all
sure.
are ushering in this next era. You know, you guys are taking people by the hand and you're showing them what the cigar community is all about. And you know, I love how if you're new to the cigar community or if you're a veteran, like this is the place.
Hmm.
This is
For
Yes.
sure.
church.
There you go, brother. There you
Yeah,
go. There you go. Yeah,
yeah. Thank
man.
Yeah.
y'all.
No problem at all. I guess that's about it, man. Until next time.
Yeah.
Till next
Until
time.
next time, brothers.
Until
Ooh,
next time, man.
Yep.
you gotta give the
Yeah,
peace.
that's it.
Uh-oh. What?
Okay.
Let's go.
All
We
right.
got the
Oh,
merch.
let's
Okay.
We got the merch.
No
go.
way.
Let's
There we
go,
go.
brother.
Let's go.
Yes,
Nice.
sir. Yes, sir, man. Yeah, man. This is some things I've been working on. You know, been working on. Shout out to my pops, man, because this wouldn't have got done if it wasn't for him. Um, yeah, been working on some stuff. Of course, you know these are the prototypes. Got the hats and the shirts, and yeah, man. So just wanted to show that to y'all before we end the show, man. So
That's
Coming
Let's
dope.
go, brother.
soon.
coming soon,
Coming
man. For sure,
soon.
coming
Nice.
soon.
Yeah.
Coming
As
soon,
soon as
y'all.
it's up,
Coming
let me
soon.
know, cause yeah, I'll be sliding right over to the site.
Hey, you already
Yeah,
know.
bro.
You already
Yeah.
know. You
I
already
need
know,
that.
y'all. But with that being said, y'all, we appreciate y'all for hanging with us, man. And until next time. Oh, wait. Time out. Next week we will be reviewing. We will have the live podcast review of Room 101, the Johnny Tobacco Knot 10th anniversary.
Yep.
Ah,
So,
Oh,
yeah. So
let's
Live
it's gonna
review.
go.
be.
That's
I
that's
have
a good
listen.
one.
I have three. I bought because I know how they were selling out everywhere. So what I did was it was one more place. They only had two more left, and I bought those two. So sorry, not sorry. All right. So I got three in my humidor. I haven't touched them yet until next week. So also the QR code that's right there above my head. If you guys hit that QR code, it leads you straight to our Instagram. That the Instagram is that's where you're gonna see everything that's coming up and all that stuff like that. So make sure you guys tune in with that, and we'll see y'all next week. Make sure if you have the cigar, grab it. Now I know Dave. Listen, Dave, y'all probably out. Y'all are sold out, I'm sure.
I think
yeah,
everywhere is
we're
sold
out,
out.
out.
Yep, everywhere is
Yeah.
sold out. Everywhere is sold out.
But I
So
do know now. I do know if you need it, I do know a few places. DM me. DM me.
hey, Stick God Travels, get at him if you need it.
DM me.
So yeah, of course, yeah, we're going to smoke that cigar and we're going to tear it, and hopefully we'll be able to show the tier badges up because we actually do have tier badges now for the show. It's categorized from 5 through 1, 5 being the best, 1 being the lowest. So yeah, so we're going to tier it that way, and yeah, man, we'll see y'all next week. Make sure y'all get y'all smokes ready. Get ready for another wild ass conversation with the Cigar Avengers podcast. And until next time, stay lit, stay laughing. Cigar Avengers out. Peace, y'all.
You
Yeah.
know. Did
All
he drop
right.
all the
Thank you,
way off?
gents.
I
Hey,
don't
thank you
think he
very
knew.
much, Dave.
I don't think brother meant to leave, did he?
Yeah, I don't know if it's
Yeah,
just because he's on the
it'll
web version. He'll probably be jumping back in.
He's
yeah.
still alive, but hold
Yeah,
on.
there you go.
My
Hey,
bad.
Sam, still live.
Yeah, my bad. I pressed the wrong button and it kicked me out the room. My bad.